Welcome to week 7 of the football season here on Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Sigma League action here tonight at Michael Mansour Stadium. Dave Mameli here with me. I am David Mora. We have Los Amigos taking on Rancho. Dave, this is a game that we've been looking forward to for quite a while.
Yeah, we've been talking about it on the stream for a couple weeks now here. Certainly a game that, again, has decided a league champion over the last couple seasons. Either these teams win outright or sharing with each other as a result of this game. I think we're expecting the same thing tonight. Obviously, big Sigma League championship implications for the winner and loser tonight.
Definitely. Now, a few weeks ago, this game looked like it was going to be just a battle of two unbeatens. Unfortunately, Rancho losing a few games the last few weeks. First time that they've lost more than one game in a row since 2018. How are you thinking tonight before we get into the nitty-gritty of our graphics and everything? Initial thoughts for tonight?
Yeah, I think Rancho, for the most part, is a young football team. Playing consistently is always the key to winning. And typically the younger the team you are, the more inconsistent you are. So they're, I think, working through some of that stuff now. But, again, they played a good Estancia team last week. 14-7 was the outcome. I know they felt like they made some mistakes that led to that outcome, that they could have won that ball game. But I will tell you what, it's a scary thing. I told this to Coach Mello pregame. It's hard for the Lobos to come out here and be 6-0 right now at this point. When you're undefeated, you got a big target on your back. And again, at this point, I would not want to play Rancho when they've lost 2 games in a row. I have good confidence in Coach Enright and his staff that they're going to have the Vaquero team ready to come out and compete, ready to come out and have a winning game plan. And playing hard. I think we're going to have a great game tonight still. I think this is going to be a battle, and we'll see who comes out on top.
You mentioned Los Amigos 6-0. This is the first time that they've went this long undefeated since 1983. They started that season coming off of a CIF championship appearance the season before, but they went 8-0 in that season before losing to La Quinta in week 9, 31-14. So Los Amigos looking to make a little bit or contribute more to some school history here. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the starters that we're going to see here, and we're going to get Dave back into our pregame. So actually, let's go ahead and preface it. I'll be on camera tonight, Dave on graphics, so we're going to see how hard our students work. Yeah. We're going to try and do as good of a job as they do. They're always on top of things, but we're going to do our best. So let's take a look at some of our key players to watch, and I found out here. And you know what, Dave? Let's see here. There we go. There we go. Okay, here we go. So players to watch.
Shout out to Vincent, man. You're doing a good job with this.
Vincent always taking care of business, and on top of it, players to watch here for Rancho. Cruz Gonzalez, running back. We saw him score a few touchdowns against Savannah. You've got QB Vincent Gentile, QB Junior Johnny Zodiaco, who we saw make a few catches and do some things on defense, and big Carson Labassiere there, who's going to be disruptive on both sides of the football.
Yeah, Carson Labassiere, again, he's going to be the biggest football player on the field tonight. Big impact player for sure.
And over on the Los Amigos side, now I made this before getting some insight before the game. So, of course, we have Isaac Galindo. And anytime Isaac's taking a breather on the sideline, you have to watch out for Raul Cruz. He can run the ball nicely as well. And just found out before the game, Javen Lee is not going to be playing. He got injured last week. So starting in his place this week, Adrian Ramirez, I believe, number 1. So that's going to change things up. I'll get into my prediction a little bit later, but that's going to be something to watch out for. And we're going to see if Chris Flores is going to be able to flourish at that wide receiver position without Javen in the game. Yeah,
it'll be a little bit different here. Again, a capable backup is in, obviously. But changes your game plan, changes how you practice throughout the week. It's going to be an interesting storyline for sure tonight.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at how these teams got to where they're at. Rancho coming into this game at 4-2, of course, going on a 4-game win streak to start the season. Victories over Savannah. A good Anaheim team who's over there in the Tango League. We're going to hear a lot about them as the weeks go on. A victory over Saddleback, and followed that with another Santa Ana unified victory over Godinez, but then faced a tough Corona team with a freshman quarterback, and they came into Bolsa Grande and handily took care of the Vaqueros. And then last week, a stunner for us. They lost their league opener 14-7 against Estancia.
Yeah, again, I don't know if it's so much of a stunner. I think with these new leagues, you do have the opportunity that you could win or lose every game depending on how you play. So again, Estancia is a good football program. You know, we're going to see good football teams here throughout the Sigma League. I think Valley might be the only one that's a little bit below the level of the others, but Estancia, Los Amigos, Calvary Chapel, Ocean View, Rancho Alamitos, I think they can all beat each other. So certainly a close loss for Rancho Alamitos at versus Estancia. But again, I think if you ask Rancho, I think they felt like they made some mistakes that led to that score. They felt like they had that win. This is a good bounce back opportunity for them.
And for the Lobos coming into this game, as we mentioned, undefeated 6-0. They started with a big victory over rival Santiago, 47-7. Then a 47-0 victory over Silver Valley. A big win over University, who's over there in the Omnicron League with Pacifica, 33-14. Follow that up with a big win over Nogales. And then you saw here on this stream a few weeks ago, their victory over Western Christian. And last week, the score, not indicative of what Cal Preps was going to predict, but a 27-6 victory over Ocean View. And as you mentioned, Dave, again, Cal Preps, not always the most reliable source when it comes to the on-field product, because they're not taking into account certain things that, you know, might be going on tangentially.
And again, the Cal Preps is very vocal about this, that at the start of the year they don't feel they're very accurate, but as the year goes on they feel they get pretty accurate. I can tell you they are pretty accurate. They are accurate most of the time with what they have. We'll talk about Cal Preps here in just a second, but this was a great win for the Lobos against Ocean View, 27-6. Again, that's right on par with what they've done. I do think that we might be in the midst of a special Lobo season here. And we're seeing that reflected in the scores tonight. Tonight will be a big indicator of that. You know, if they're able to come out here and handle Rancho, you know, and have a good margin of victory, I think we're seeing, this is definitely a special Lobo season. But I know the Vaqueros have a lot to say about that.
And here we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at what else is. We're going to jump to, let's turn off. There we go. So let's go week 7 across over at Bolsa. And we're going to be popping into that game. We're going to be keeping an eye on it. We're going to stream it here in the booth. In about 5 minutes, that camera feed's going to be up. But we've got Loera over at Bolsa taking on the Matadors. Tomorrow night, we've got Woodbridge versus Pacifica in that Omnicron League matchup. La Quinta versus Santiago, and Grove visiting Westminster.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see Bolsa tonight against Loera. Again, on paper, that should be a win for Bolsa. Again, we'll bring you some updates as we're going to get the national anthem here. We'll talk about that on the backside of it.
Beautiful job there by the Lobo Marching Band. Of course, week 7, Garden Grove at Westminster. It looks like we are going to get this game started earlier than when you imagined. 6:52. They've got the captains going out there, Dave.
Yeah, I think by the time they do their huddle runs and all of that, I think we'll be right at 7 o'clock, which is a good, efficient way for the officials to start the game, is if you can start right at 7 instead of 7:02 or 7:05 sometimes.
Let's go ahead and bring you the captains here tonight for the Lobos. Number 1, Adrian Ramirez. Number 11, Chris Flores. Number 57, Steven Cortez. And number 5, Jacob Aguilar. Over on the Rancho side, you've got number 52.
62.
62. These glasses. 62, Sean Fuentes. You got number 5. Did I get that one right?
Yep.
Davian Sanchez. And, of course, you got number 2, Jacob Vasquez. And number 3, Isaac Felipe. Am I right on that one?
Yes.
There we go. We'll get to the results of last week in just a little bit. We had some great action here.
Again,
in the district.
as we mentioned, again, #1 for Los Amigos, one of their captains. Again, that's Adrian Ramirez. So, again, he will be the quarterback tonight for Los Amigos, at least in some formations. I'm sure they'll have some trickery up their sleeves. Yeah, some other stuff that they'll run. I'm sure we'll see number 30, Isaac Galindo, at quarterback at times as well, too, with some special packages.
So, yeah, we'll get into the our Cal Preps rankings on there. So, on the actual graphic, I had the rankings from earlier this week, and I was going to change them, but I want people to see just how things can change without any games going on, you know, from Monday to a Friday or to a Thursday. Do we have both teams looking at the coin?
We'll try to pay attention to this. We often miss this as we
very
are distracted.
Well, now that I'm on camera, it's going to be a little bit harder for me to miss it.
Everyone is in agreement with the clock. Looks like we have Los Amigos is making the decision, and they have deferred.
As we usually see most teams do nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so again, we're going to get an opportunity here for the Vaqueros, coming off 2 losses, to come out and get first strike. If they can come up and be up 7-0, I know that'll be a big boost for their morale.
Definitely, and they're not going to want to go into next week. And even if they go into next week, they've got Santa Ana Valley. So no matter what happens today, Rancho has some stuff to look forward to.
All right, well, let's take a quick look, I guess, at the Cal Preps rating, Trey.
Now, let's go ahead, because we had a lot of movement down at the bottom there. Los Amigos still up there in first, but that gap between them and Pacifica has significantly narrowed. Garden Grove jumped Rancho, and here we go. La Quinta used to be in that position where Bolsa Grande's at, but after their loss last week, they jumped all the way back down and flip-flop with Bolsa and Santiago. So that's interesting. Santiago, La Quinta tomorrow. Cal Preps has Santiago by 1.
I think, did they have him by 1? I thought that was La Quinta by 1.
Oh, you know what? It was La Quinta by 1. That's right,
Yeah.
35-34. But still, we wouldn't have thought that 2 weeks ago. Before that last game, we would have thought maybe La Quinta wins that game by a good margin. But who knows now? As we see the Lobos running onto the field. And here come the Vaqueros. There we go. Graphic went good. Usually we have some funny stuff. Let me actually turn this off here. All right, there we go. And since we've got Rancho kickoff, we'll do the kickoff away right here. There we go. We're going to get through this.
Bear with us. For those of you that are watching the graphics, bear with us.
And actually, we've got some audio coming in from the stream here. The Lobos, the Bolsa stream, so we'll get that. There we go. The live stream has started, and they're getting ready to run to the banner over at Bolsa Stadium. So this is something new for us.
Yeah, we might get some drop-ins into that feed from time to time here as well.
Yeah. It's all about trying to outdo ourselves from the week before, which it's either great or disastrous.
Okay, and we messed up the coin toss as usual, so we are going to.
No, so Los Amigos. There we go. That was my fault. That was my fault. I'm going to have to wear that one. So it should just automatically pop over. And you know what? I know why it didn't do that, because I had to click out. There we go. There we go. Perfect. There we go.
All right, so it looks like we have Joe Vasquez deep for Rancho.
Lobos coming to tonight's game undefeated at 6-0.
Forgot to mention it is homecoming here for the Lobos. As we get ready for the kickoff here, we love to bring you this action. So excited. Look forward to these games every single week.
It looks like we are waiting for the kicker for Los Amigos. Maybe they have lost the tee, maybe.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
No.
And that is exactly what happened. It's a team effort down there. As we can see everyone scrambling there on the sideline to find it. As an ex-athletic attendant, I'll tell you what, my heart would be racing right now. I would be sweating. I would be freaking out.
Always something new here for us. So we have found the tee, though. We see it coming down here the sideline, number 66 for Los Amigos.
There we go. Looks like it might have been in the truck.
Yeah.
Shout out to number 56. Let me get his name here. It's Isaac Vergara, who was able to take a picture of me and Coach Tuatu and Coach Hurtado. Coach Hurtado from Rancho, Coach Tuatu from Los Amigos. I went to high school with both of them. Both great guys. Awesome, humble guys who are out there coaching at their alma maters.
Always a good thing.
Definitely. Love to see it. They played against each other back in high school. They were talking about a game that they played in the rain against each other, and Coach Hurtado thanking Coach Tuatu for beating Pacifica. And back in those days, that was a badge
deal.
of honor. Yeah, big deal.
Yeah, so again, good thing we got started early. Looks like we are going to start just on time, right at 7 o'clock here.
The T made sure that we did.
So again, Arube Bermudez kicking off for the Lobos.
Kick returned at about the 10-yard line, taken to the 20, the 25. Brought down around the 26-yard line. That's where Rancho is going to be starting their first drive.
Vasquez with the return. First and 10. Rancho.
You know, we talk about getting started early here. It looks like they're a little bit behind at Bolsa, unless that feed's a little bit behind. It could be the feed.
And they haven't even come through their banner yet.
Banner's still intact. So let's see what Rancho can do here on their first drive of the game. Cruz in the backfield there. They had two running backs, now a man in motion. Gentile getting ready to take the snap. Quick pass over to the right side, complete to number 4. That was Johnny Zodiaco, who we're probably going to call quite a bit here tonight, Dave, on the reception.
Yeah, we've talked about in previous streams too. I am extremely impressed with Los Amigos throughout this season about their tackling. That's a key to winning, obviously, on defense is if you can make tackles, and the first point of contact you have, you can bring them down, you're going to win a lot of football games here, and that has certainly been a strength of Los Amigos. We see that already on this first play from the line of scrimmage for them.
Zodiaco in motion, handoff to, I believe, Cruz on the carry. Cruz Gonzalez, the man with 2 last names.
Yeah, we've seen some 2 first names, but some 2 last names. That's a little rarer, huh?
It's a little bit rare. It brings up third down from the 32-yard line for the Vaqueros, who go no huddle here. Trips left. Gentile takes the snap, looks to pass, has a man complete, but there's a flag on the play from the secondary. Looks like maybe a penalty on the Lobos.
Yeah, this is going to end up being, I think, a illegal hands to the face from Los Amigos. You saw a helmet come flying off for number 62 for Rancho, Sean Fuentes. But usually when you have that, you do have hands to the face. That hand gets under the face mask, forces the helmet off. And we will see that is what that is. So, yeah, illegal hands to the face against the Lobos. That's going to give the Vaqueros a first down.
Kickoff finally underway at Bolsa Stadium. Looks like Bolsa will be kicking off.
Against the Lobos will give Rancho a first down.
Of course, that Bolsa Loera, just a matchup from the Garden Grove League last year. So familiar face over there at Bolsa Stadium. Rancho's got the ball in good field position now.
Yeah, I think Rancho is going to be balanced this game. You're going to see a balance between huddling and tempo. You're going to see a balance between pass and run. Just see what they can get.
Pass complete. Jacob Vasquez on that reception.
Yeah, tackle made by number 8, Joshua Batista. Again, big theme for the night. If Los Amigos can make sure that they are great tackling, if they can make their one-on-one tackles, this is going to be hard for Rancho to move the ball.
Coach Tuatu crediting a lot of their defensive improvement on some of the tutelage he got. He spent some years coaching over at Mater Dei and learned a few things there from Coach Johnson. Vasquez on the handoff there. It's maybe 2 yards on the play, if that.
Yeah, going to bring up a 3rd and long here, about a 3rd and 12. Again, still seeing tempo, no huddle from Rancho.
Platoon swap here for the Lobos, so some fresh bodies out there. I think that kind of helps, and we've seen them be able to do that in the past few games that we've broadcast for them.
Very much a college thing now, where you see that a ton in college.
And beautiful play there. Gentile going to get sacked in what was 4-down territory or a 4-down situation. Definitely not now.
I think that was 88. Is that right? 88 for the Lobos. Kevin Centeno.
Maybe hit the replay. Maybe we might be able to get that to pop up if.
Yeah.
It'll take some time. Here we go.
Again,
the perfect
replay guy has got to be on this better, man. Yeah, good job just coming off the edge on the top of the screen, unblocked. Big opening drive here for the Lobo defense.
Lobos with a deep man there. Don't think that ball's going to get that far.
No.
Oh, that takes a Lobo bounce.
Wow.
Lobo's going to get that ball in Rancho territory at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, that ended up being a single-digit yard punt there. Really didn't flip the field at all with that because it took that bad bounce coming out.
Yes, that's almost at the original line of scrimmage that Rancho had there on that drive.
So again, we'll see here Adrian Ramirez playing quarterback for the Lobos. Again, a little bit different from Javen Lee, who they've had all season. Let's see if we get a Galindo rush here to start the game.
4 wide receivers for the Lobos.
Oh.
Little fake.
And again, those are the things we talked about, where even this week at practice, they got to change their game plan a little bit. You see a little confusion there. That looked like it was supposed to be a toss, ended up being a broken play.
Hey, you know what?
And Ramirez was able to convert it.
That was that's the kind of broken play you want to have.
Yeah.
Good positive yardage. He got halfway to the 1st down marker there. But yeah, you're probably going to see a little bit of that practice and game speed a little bit different. Maybe the pressure's a little bit different. And let's see what Ramirez can do here. He's got 3 wide receivers.
Roll out.
Couldn't get away from that. A loss of about 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, so Andrew Gonzalez, kind of do-it-all player for the Vaqueros, able to come up, get a sack on that. Again, we will utilize the replay a little bit more tonight. Let's take a look at this here, though. A little quick on that trigger, but yeah, great play there again. Number 7, Andrew Gonzalez.
Wow, it looks like that was a design play, though, Dave, and he got the 1st down on that one.
That could be, yeah, that could be something that we're seeing here is, yeah, maybe that is a design play. They're faking that toss and coming up. I'll have to watch the linemen a little bit more to see their blocking scheme if that is, in fact, what they are designing to do.
Lobos with some quick tempo here.
Yeah, 1st down. They want to keep it going. Looks like we do have a counter action here.
Galindo on the carry.
So again, as we've mentioned on the stream here multiple times, again, you see that counter action. You're looking at the line of scrimmage. You will have 2 men pulling, usually the backside guard and the backside tackle. So when we see that, there's a little misdirection there. But again, looking for an inside run when we see that. Again, we'll see this from both teams tonight, setting up in formation, seeing what the defense is aligned in, and then calling your play from there. So offense just looking over here to Coach Mello on the sideline. They've got their play now after diagnosing the defense.
Rancho read that one nicely.
Yeah, good fill by number 2, Jacob Vasquez for the Vaqueros. Galindo able to make the first guy miss in the backfield. But again, great pursuit from Rancho. Vasquez able to come up and get a tackle for loss. Looking at a 3rd and about 3 here.
6 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter.
Again, this is going to be a 4-down situation, I'm sure, for the Lobos, even if they don't convert this here.
Got flags on the play. False start.
So yeah, puts us back. We're going to be about 3rd and 8. So certainly a passing situation here for the Lobos. But remember, they're still in 4-down territory in my mind. So they've got 2 plays to get this first down, not just 1.
One of the keys to, I think, Los Amigos' success, Dave, is that review, as you can see here on the screen. You got them looking at plays right there, a little college feel.
Yeah, we have that huddle sideline, so all of our schools have that capability. A lot of times they're looking at that from an iPad, but you can see here the Lobos have a big screen TV so that they can all see it in a huddle there. Great job. Again, love the tackling there from the Vaqueros. Number 4.
I believe that's Zodiacal.
Zodiacal, yep. Yeah. So again, great job. I'm going to preach that all night. I'm a former defensive coach. I love tackling. If you can tackle on defense, you're going to be good. And so far, both of these teams coming out well with that. We do have a 4th and 10. Again, Lobos going for it. Not a surprise. First big play of the game here. And a rollout pass. Oh, great job.
Great pass breakup by number 12, Christian Cruz.
Yeah, so again, we had 88, Kevin Centeno out there in formation as a receiver. Ran a comeback route on the rollout from Ramirez. And again, number 12, Christian Cruz. Great coverage on that, able to get his hand on the ball. So we have our first turnover of the game here. And the Vaqueros will take over on downs.
You're tuning in to Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football. David Mora here with Dave O'Malley. We're doing it all here. We're feeling the pressures that our students usually feel in these high-pressure positions of running the camera and doing the graphics.
I think we're going to have a lot less yelling at the help today than we normally have.
Yeah. Hand off to Gonzalez, right? Hand off to Gonzalez. Maybe a gain of, actually, they're going to say he lost a yard on that.
Yeah, again, this certainly has a feel of a defensive struggle so far after the first 2 possessions for both teams. We could see ourselves here in a very low-scoring game with just coaches battling each other the whole game and then eventually finding a break or 2 here and there. But might be a different game than we initially thought. A couple weeks ago, we thought this might be a barn burner. Maybe we're in for a defensive struggle.
I think both coaches would be okay with that. Gentile getting away from that one, doing a good job of eluding the rush. That one complete to Vasquez. To Jacob Vasquez, that is. It's going to be a first down for the Vaqueros.
Yeah, Gentile, very good job stepping back inside the pocket there, getting inside of his blocker, and then being able to find the receiver. Threw back across his body a little bit. We talk about that a lot. That is dangerous at times. A lot of interceptions come from that, but good spot-on accuracy.
Beautiful fill there by the Lobos. That was number 66 and 22, or 23. Oh, 22 teaming on the tackle. It's going to bring up second down. Another loss of 1 here for the Vaqueros.
Let's see if we can, we'll take a look here. Again, this is going to be big for the Lobos tonight as well.
And this is, so Cruz Gonzalez is down on the field for Rancho right now.
That could be big, yeah, but the line of Los Amigos has done a great job today. If this is the look, the Vaqueros are going to have a hard time running the ball, obviously. And that's one of the strengths of Rancho is they are not one-dimensional. They are balanced. And so, you know, if the Lobo defensive line is able to control the line of scrimmage like that, that'll be big. If Cruz Gonzalez is out here, that's going to be a big story also for Rancho. Huge part, obviously, of what they do. Doing some on-the-fly adjustments here, so you'll hear a little bit of as we wait with that. Yeah, I think 20 will be good.
There we go.
Give us less downtime on our replays as we have some
It's hard to
tempo
really,
teams here. You never know.
It's hard to really get those dialed in.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing them manually. But hey, we'll make it work.
So again, hoping for the best here for Cruz Gonzalez.
Looked like possibly a lower leg injury there. So trainers are working on him. And it's one of those things where this is one of your, your workhorses here. If you're Rancho, it's a name that gets called a lot. He's a leader. Of course, we saw him kind of go down for a little bit against Savannah, and Isaac Felipe actually filled in pretty nicely.
Yeah, again, depth is a key part of it. Obviously, you have to have backups. We don't want, Gonzalez to be out, but if he does, you got to kind of have that next man up mentality. But the problem is that we see it with a lot of our teams is, this might not only affect them on offense, obviously a huge part of what they do on offense, but also defense and special teams. He's a big part of those as well. So certainly this would be a huge loss tonight for Rancho.
Rancho, from what I understand, Rancho dealing with quite a few key injuries here, which has kind of plagued them here for the last few weeks. But yeah, it certainly changes things here. Much like I felt like Javen Lee being out kind of changed up things for Los Amigos as far as their ability to pass the ball, because he could pass the ball a little bit and get out there, and he's a dual threat.
Well, again, as I mentioned, you do have different plays that you run when you have different personnel in. So at least from Los Amigos, they had a week of practice to be able to get that work in. Here, they're just going to have someone plug in and play and fill in at this point without maybe getting some reps here.
And it looks like Cruz is most likely going to be done. They're wrapping his, kind of stabilizing his lower leg here.
Yeah, this might be a good sign. Looks like they're working on his ankle. That's typically, again, when you're talking about a leg injury, you'd much rather be injuring your ankle than your knee, obviously.
Yeah.
If this is just a turned ankle at this point, that would be ideal. Obviously, you're always concerned about a break or anything else. But turned ankle, again, like you said, sometimes we might see him back tonight. If it's just ended up that, they can get some ice on it, some tape on it, let him keep it warm a little bit on the sideline. You never know.
I'll tell you what, having a break in my ankle over the summer, when that adrenaline is going, you can't tell the difference.
No,
it's not until you get under the x-ray machine and you hear like, oh, it's broken. Because, especially in your mind, and these are younger men with more energy and more adrenaline, they're probably going to have to tell him, no, you're not going back out there, depending on the severity here as his teammates help him off the field here.
Yeah, he's putting no weight on that ankle, so certainly seems to be a little bit more serious.
And again, if you're Rancho, you got to go out there with that, that next man up kind of mentality and kind of mentally focus here. Like, again, Cruz being one of the workhorses of this team, you just kind of have to prop each other up and say, hey, we've got this. A lot of times you do see teams get a little bit of shaken up when one of their stars goes down. And hopefully that's not the case here.
Yeah, we see Coach Patterson is out there with Cruz now walking off again. Coach Enright is here tonight, but he is actually up on top of us here and on top of the booth here, calling some plays down. So I know he's concerned, obviously, for Cruz and, outside of a football injury as well, too. Concerned just as him as a student, but.
Quick update here from Bolsa. Loera is up 7-0.
Wow.
About 6 minutes left to go. They're actually 6 minutes left to go there in the first quarter.
We are, we just can't get away from the Garden Grove League action that we've come to know, where
anything can happen.
Anything can happen. It's just craziness. Again, I would have thought Bolsa would have been inspired off of that La Quinta victory and come out and had a relatively easy game. But again, these leagues that they're in, the Tango League, it's going to be close. If you play well, you can win. If you don't play well, you can lose.
We go Rancho now with 2nd down and 11 here from the 46-yard line. Gentile looking to pass. He's going deep.
Yeah, good job by the Los Amigos secondary there.
Just a little bit too hard there, but he did have a man in stride if he would just took a little bit off of that. We're going to try and get back here, so game time. There we go.
All right. Yeah, Los Amigos secondary wasn't fooled on that. So, again, that was a pass pump there.
Oh, they were fooled on that one.
Yeah.
Offsides here. Looks like he's going to be on the Lobos.
As we mentioned, week in and week out, that play is always going to be run in every single one of our broadcasts, that hard count there, trying to get some extra yards. And, again, this is big for the Vaqueros, going from a 3rd and 11 to now a 3rd and 6.
In a better field position than they were, so that ball now at the 50-yard line. 4 wide receivers here for the Vaqueros. Gentile getting ready to take the snap, drops back, looks to throw, middle, incomplete. That one intended for number 4, Johnny Zodiacal, just could not connect.
Yeah, tiny bit rushed there, tiny bit rushed. Again, I think if he had to do that over again, he might have taken another step or two back on his drop, let that slant develop a little bit more. I think he could have found that passing window open there, but we are going to end up with a punt here. As we have seen in our broadcast, punts are never a sure thing. The center punter exchange is never a guarantee. I know Rancho has dealt with that in games that we haven't broadcast. I think they dealt with that last week at Estancia as well. Perfect snap, though.
Better punt, way better punt this time. Takes a Rancho bounce. Wow, Galindo making a few moves at the 20, the 25. Nice block at the 30, the 35. Nice return there.
Yeah, Galindo is so good. Again, just making one move, and he is not stopping. He is making these moves at full speed, not stopping at all. Certainly, you don't want to kick off to him. I think if you are Rancho, again, good job there with the punt, being able to roll down, but I think you might angle that a little bit towards the sideline there to try to keep away from Galindo.
We have our first guest of the night here.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Friend of the stream, good friend, VIP of the stream, Mr. Greg Primo from Rancho Alamitos. Mr. Primo, how's it going today, sir?
It's going well. How you guys doing?
Doing fantastic.
Beautiful night for football?
Beautiful night.
Get
a
you,
beautiful fall night.
Yeah, this is great.
Get you on camera here, a little Mr.
Oh.
Primo. Look up, and there you go.
we go.
There we go. Oh, it's getting extended. And we got the see my old face on the old camera there.
There we go. It's a friendly face.
Yeah. This is fun. This is, what? Every time that we hear that you guys are coming up, and we get Dave this time too. So it's been it's always a great time to come up and talk and talk a little football. We're getting a little bit later in the season, so it's fun to see how our kids are progressing.
Fumble on the play. Bad exchange on the pitch, and Galindo picks it up.
Yeah, so we've seen this now a couple times there. They fake that pitch and were able to run it inside. Here they actually do have the pitch. They did pull their lineman as well, too, gave that counter look. So, I do wonder if these are design plays or if they are having some miscommunication here. But, yeah, big play coming up here, 3rd down. Again, talking with Mr. Primo, we might put him to work. He might end up being on graphics here in a second.
We missed it over at Bolsa. They tied the game while we were not paying attention, 7-7, so that was a quick score.
Oh, okay, so we've
got the ball.
Wow.
Yeah, we're doing it here.
This is professional here.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got the booth that's the booth with the most there.
Handoff, that might be, I'm trying to remember the name here. Raul Cruz, yeah, that was Cruz on the carry.
Yeah, their numbers are sort of hard to see.
They are. It was the name, because I don't want to get it mixed up. It's Cruz,
Right.
Raul Cruz, and then Cruz Gonzalez.
Yes.
So, it's a little shifty here.
If there is an advantage here between these two teams in this game, obviously both of them dealing with injuries, but if there is an advantage, I would say that it's going to be Los Amigos line. And so we'll see if that ends up becoming a factor both offensively and defensively. But certainly that was just a typical zone play that Cruz was able to bounce to the outside, convert that 3rd down, and we're looking at 1st down here midfield.
So, Mr. Primo, we have you up here. Big announcement at Rancho a few weeks ago. Brand new skilled trades pathway for the Career Techno Education Program.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to for
Galindo almost breaking it still on his feet.
Yeah, the skilled trades program, a new CTE pathway. We're super excited. We're going to get some, give a pathway for students that are interested in going into some of the traditional blue collar work. HVAC, electrical,
carpentry.
Framing, yeah. So it's really neat to see, and it was great to see the community come out and support it, to see the Carpenter Union come in, that they're going to be a partner with North County ROP.
Flag on the play here.
It's a good. I think anything we give our kids an opportunity to do something on our campus.
Oh yeah, not a good sign. We see
Cruz
Gonzalez being carted off, so not a good sign. Looks like he is probably going to maybe get X-rays on that ankle.
Yeah, it didn't look good from down in the field. Yeah, you never want to see that. It's
No.
part of athletics, and hopefully it's not something that's going to keep him out for multiple games or the season, and get well soon, bud.
He's a lot younger than I am. He'll bounce back way quicker. I'll tell you that right now.
Ain't that the truth?
The doctor told me I went back to get my boot off. He said, "Oh, it's not going to be fully healed for another couple of months."
Great job here by number 7 for Rancho, Andrew Gonzalez there on that last play. Real physical up front, able to shed his block and make a tackle. Looking at 2nd and long here for the Lobos. Again, they have gotten formation. They're coming out looking at Coach Mello.
It looks like this quarter's just going to be
taking the
run into the quarter.
Yeah.
You know what? If you would have asked us what we thought the score was going to be at the end of one, it wasn't going to be 0-0. That's for sure.
Yeah, last week Rancho had a tough loss against Estancia, and it's like it looked like both teams were going between the 20s.
Yeah.
Didn't really ever get able to get past. So it's a low stance team. All right.
And the one thing that we always talk about in games like this, records don't matter. It's just like last week, records don't matter with these two teams. Meeting for the league championship the last 2 years, their game is being so important. There was no way that this game wasn't going to be important for Rancho, and I don't care who goes down or what happens or what happened the last 2 weeks. Rancho's going to come out here and give Los Amigos their best shot, and Los Amigos is going to give Rancho their best shot. And right now we're seeing two great defenses going at it.
That's one where, again, if we were betting men here with money, I think that looking at that Cal Preps prediction of 42-14 or whatever it was, I think we could say, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be a close ball game.
The farther away I get from coaching football, the farther away from looking at Cal Preps.
Yeah.
We've got you covered.
No, thank you. You got the counter movement.
Fake handoff there.
Yeah.
Nice carry. Still on his feet at the 30, the 25. Finally brought down.
Carson Labassiere in the tackle. But it's a big...
Yeah, and this is going to be a running theme for us this game. It's going to come down to tackling. And again, if you're Rancho, you cannot miss 2 or 3 tackles on that last play and expect that you're going to be able to stop Los Amigos from gaining yards. Really got to make sure your one-on-one tackles, your 2-on-1s, you got to convert those.
Well, a little bad exchange there.
Bad mesh, yeah. That's...
they meshed a little too well together.
Yes.
It's not.
Well, Dave, that's what's called the mesh right there, buddy.
Yeah, that's
just want to fill you in on that one.
Take a look.
This late in the season, you usually don't see that many issues. Usually, teams have that down. And
this is actually Los Amigos' backup quarterback, as their quarterback Javen Lee is out.
Oh, is he? Okay.
We've got up tempo. Let's see if it's gonna switch back just in time as you see the play at the bottom. That's Galindo on the carry. Oh, still on his feet, makes the move, still on his feet. Finally pushed out of bounds.
Oh, I can always do that. Okay. Yeah, Galindo is so fast, and again, what's so impressive about him is he makes his cuts at full speed. There is no hesitation in him when he makes that cut, and that is very hard to defend against. Again, you're taught as a tackler that you got to break down, you got to lower your hips. Well, that's hard to do when a guy is making a full speed cut at you.
Lobos now is the furthest they've had the ball in Rancho territory. Ball just inside the 10-yard line here.
Got a power formation here.
Quick
power
pitch to
toss.
Galindo. Here we go.
Pitch power.
Labassiere kind of slowing him up there.
Going back to old Los Amigos with Roger Takahashi. Running that pitch power.
There we go. And I'm pretty sure the man upstairs, up above the booth, Maputuatu.
Yes.
The benefactor of many of those option plays.
Great hit.
Well, and you know what? Our director of technology played for Roger Takahashi. Richard
There we
Din.
go. Richard Din. Yes, Richard Din.
Played for It was a great quarterback.
Yep, Richard Din.
I coached against Richard.
Richard,
yes.
so Richard Din was the quarterback right before Coach Tuatu.
Yeah.
Yeah, a great fill and hit there again by number 7, Andrew Gonzalez. I've been very impressed with him so far this game. He's had some big hits on defense. He is certainly ready to play and get the win for the Vaqueros tonight.
Also plays tight end.
Yeah.
Good kid. I like seeing Andrew on campus.
Good size.
Always got a good smile on his
Yep.
face. And
Here we go, 3rd and goal here. The 1 yard line for the Lobos. Let's see if they can punch it in and break this scoreless tie.
Spread formation out here now.
Cruz in.
yeah,
Fake.
quarterback
Keeper, touchdown, Los Amigos.
Yep.
And then we're going to keep up our theme from the last few weeks. We're going to cross our fingers here. We're going to
We're going to hope tonight is the night that we get all extra points converted. We're going to hope.
All right.
We haven't had it yet. I think La Quinta missed one last week, right? But one of them did last week.
Bolsa missed their very last one.
Their very last
Yeah.
one, but that was a good streak we had going on last week. The week before, not so much.
Not to be seen on DraftKings, huh?
Oh no, no. It was a very special struggle.
You know, that's what you like about high school athletics. You know, these aren't gimmies. These aren't, every time.
And
We got it.
There
That's
we
good,
go.
1 for 1.
But every time it's a try, right? It really is a try.
Yeah.
There's always a chance that it's not good. That's what I love about high school athletics is every team's got a shot, especially in our league. With now with the competitive equity, every game is going to be close, or usually, right? And all those extra points matter.
I think depending on how Rancho answers here, I think extra points are going to be a big thing here tonight as well.
Looks like that Bolsa score, we're still 7-7. Looks like Bolsa is deep in their own territory.
It looks like Loera may have just got the ball, actually. So now Loera getting the ball deep in Bolsa territory at the 6. No?
Yeah, I think Bolsa's on offense there. Right?
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Yeah,
But they got
offense.
that's
defense.
it's 3rd and 6. It's 3rd and 16, but I saw Loera celebrating. I thought maybe Bolsa did the unthinkable and gave him the ball.
All right, let's see how the Vaqueros respond here.
Yeah, we were just on the
Zodiacal on the return here.
Yeah, we were just on the pool deck watching water polo, and because our home game was here at Grove using Grove's pool, and it's just interesting to see. We were playing orange in that league, and then we come here in the different league. To be honest, it's hard for an administrator.
Yeah.
To try to remember, is this? I mean, now it's pretty easy to know we're in league games, but who's in what league, and it's almost like the what's on first, who's on second. So it's. And then when we get used to it, it's going to change.
Yeah,
so
you'll
it's
flip up.
fine.
It's speaking of other sports at Rancho, Dave posted today about girls volleyball.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great update. First league championship since when was it?
2007.
Since
And
2007,
only their second overall. So this is again exactly what you want with the new conferences. Is you are
Yes.
seeing teams that have not had success in the past now be able to be placed in a proper league and get some success.
Yeah, Coach Allen did a great job this year, and her whole coaching staff. That was a great run right there.
Yeah, really good. Again, good response and answer from Rancho. You can always expect that. So Isaac Felipe
Yeah,
there,
just like
number
I
3.
said, he filled in nicely when Gonzalez was out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but again, to echo off what you're saying, Mr. Primo, yeah, Karen Allen and her staff, great job the last couple years with
Yeah.
Rancho, able to culminate here.
Sticks weren't really set.
Yeah,
that was
stick weren't
pretty
set.
quick.
And Felipe
That was
almost
pretty
got the
quick.
first down.
Sticks were not quite set there, but the referee was. Maybe he's got an appointment. I don't know. Yeah, but they do a great job. The ladies out there are working hard. I know they're excited about hosting a playoff
Game, yeah.
So that'll be nice for our young women of our volleyball team. So
Well, again, and they're in Division 7 for CIF, so I think they have a great shot to make this a real special season. They could contend for a CIF title.
okay. Yeah, that's great. And you know what I mean? And I don't want to say it's a bad thing, but with girls flag football being in the fall, we don't have the luxury a lot of times of not sharing athletes.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I know a couple girls that they had to sort of choose. Do they want to play flag football? Do they want to play volleyball? So, that was the one hard part about when they had to place flag football. And I'm not envious of CIF. They would have had issues in any season. And it's been such a great thing to watch.
That was a
was
scary
close.
throw there
Yeah.
by Gentile.
Just going out and watching all the flag football games and the interest behind it with a lot of our young ladies on our campus. It's been great to see some kids really change by having that athletic opportunity.
Yeah, I know. I've talked to Coach Allen myself about that, even with flag football, about it being hard with sharing athletes. And again, to echo your point there, I'll talk about it after this third down play. Big play here. Good scramble. Oh, good
Oh,
job.
nice, Vinny.
Just had a drop.
That was number 8 or number 6
number 4.
Four.
That was
for Rancho.
Zodiaco. Yeah.
I mean, for
Johnny.
Los. Was that Joshua Patel on the pass break up
yeah.
there?
But good job by number 6 for Rancho. Vincent Gentile again, scrambling out, throwing back across his body again. They're found, just couldn't get it dropped there. But it looks like the Vaqueros are going to end up with the first down here. We're going to have an unsportsmanlike against Los Amigos.
Oh. And I think that's going to be a big
Oh,
key, too.
both.
Offsetting.
Okay, offsetting. So they just replay?
Yep.
They're going to replay this down unless they called it post-possession. But, yeah, we should end up with third down here again.
No, I think did you call it dead ball?
Yeah, so we might still be fourth down here.
Yeah.
Again, if they called it post-play,
Yeah, I think he called
the
it dead
down
ball.
would stay.
Big fourth down here for Rancho.
Hard count. We're going to look to the sideline. Again, Coach Enright is on top of the press box here tonight, calling down plays, I'm sure.
Los showing some blitz here. Let's see if they're just feigning.
It's hard to see over the computers.
We need monitors up top.
Yeah, we're working on it.
This is a great. Hey, this is great what you guys are doing. I really appreciate it, and I know the kids love it. Low snap.
Oh, we got him.
That's going to be a fumble on the play. Picked up by Low.
Wow.
Are they going to?
That's a bad
That is a fortunate call.
Yeah.
Dave, go ahead and hit that replay,
Oh,
and
yes.
let's go ahead and confirm that there.
Yeah, this should have been a fumble in my opinion.
It will be Los Amigos ball, 1st and 10.
And we'll see. It'll start going right now.
Yeah, so low snap coming off. Yeah.
Oh
that's
yeah, that was a fumble.
that's
His
a
arm
little
was
bit
not
fumble.
going over at all.
Yeah, beat Lavoisier on that, and these are got a good rush. They got a good rush.
Who was that? 88? Was that Centeno again?
Most likely his name's been called quite a bit. And here we go. Galindo almost breaking one, gets tripped up at the last second. But Los Amigos already in Rancho territory here.
Yeah. Well, when you're going for it on fourth down on just on the opponent's side, you're going to give them good field position. So we need a big defensive stop here for Rancho.
Galindo coming out right now.
Which you might think is good news until you figure out that Raul Cruz is just as prolific of a runner as Galindo is. As you can see here, he gets first down, still on his feet. Well, actually not a first down, but still on his feet. A gain of about 5-6 yards on play.
Yeah.
Take a quick replay here if we can. Again, taking a look here. Number 75 for Rancho, Carson Labossiere. Again, biggest guy on the field. I think he's getting held here. I think he's got a little complaint for that. So, again, we'll watch the live play as we come here. But, ooh.
Galindo dancing around and still on his feet.
Galindo with a gain of 2 yards.
All right, so that brings us
Big
to
third down.
Third down here, yeah.
Big third down here.
Going back real quick to flag football, talking about the season, that was brought up, Mr. Primo, about the season of sport. There was a push to have it in the spring.
Right.
They actually brought it to the vote at a CIF council, and it got voted down to stay in fall. The concern in the spring was they were talking
Softball.
about swim and
Soft-
track
and
especially.
softball. Yeah, oh, yeah,
Softball.
track. I can
And
see track,
softball.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there. Like I said, there was really no good. I mean, it really is a difficult. It's a difficult time. I mean, and that's something that winter you have basketball
And girls
right,
soccer.
and
I mean,
soccer,
yeah, it's
right.
just
So, there was no. You were going to have to share athletes in one sport, and I think. I mean, I have to admit, I think they did choose the right season. Sorry, Coach Allen, but I think they did choose the right season with volleyball.
Man,
Galindo gets
That's a
away.
touchdown.
Galindo too fast for the camera. Los Amigos extend this lead 13-0.
Yeah, so again, taking a look here at this replay. Again, Galindo just using his speed to beat to the outside, and then he's up the sideline untouched, walking into the end zone. We do have a Rancho player down here. I think that is Lavoisier.
No, it's
This is
Abraham.
72?
It's 77.
Oh, 77.
It's Abraham Ramos.
Yeah, so we got cut off a little bit there on that replay.
Yeah, the camera work. Camera work was a little shoddy too.
Well, no, we had it there. That was we got the start of it, but I guess not the end
So,
of
Dave,
it.
what program are you using here? Is it a?
This is a OBS, Open Broadcast Software, a free broadcasting software.
Okay.
But works fantastically. It's able to get us up and running, and
What we needed, yeah.
yeah.
I'm just sort of curious. I'm sort of a computer geek. So.
Yeah. It's a fantastic program. It's got a scoreboard plug-in, replay. It's doing a really fantastic job for us.
Yeah, it's been. I mean, I know the kids appreciate it.
And I was talking on the field, talking to Coach Tuatu and Coach Hurtado, and I do this for the love of it.
Yeah.
This isn't showing up on a paycheck. This is, and I do this. This is for the community, and I'm going to do it as long as I'm allowed to.
Yeah, that's
I
awesome.
just because I know I went to Los Amigos, and one of the football players was talking to me, and hey, you do the streams.
Right.
It's like, yep, that's me. So, and that's why I do it. I do it for our community. I do it for the parents, for the people who can't make it out here, even for the people who are here. It's just for me, it's fun. I love the game of football, but unfortunately, I'm 5'3". And there's never been a 5'3" football player, so somehow I want to stay connected to the game, and especially, and not just to football, because if I was working somewhere else, I don't know if I'd be as excited. But it's Garden Grove Unified School District football, and we were talking before the game back when OCN was a thing.
Yeah.
And,
I love that.
I would stay
Wait
up
till
late.
home. I get home. Yeah, 11 o'clock.
And you remember the OC
Oh,
Register on
yeah.
Saturday mornings?
Yeah,
They had the
when it used to
big.
be.
Oh man, my
What
goodness!
used to be.
Yeah, you would get all the scores, and I would learn names. Like there's no
Old man.
there's no reason why I should know Malifo McKenzie,
Yeah.
right? Or Ruben Drones,
Yeah,
like
drones,
you know,
out of Anaheim.
out of Anaheim. Mike Leedy,
Yeah.
out of I think he went to Laguna Hills.
Yeah, or even look at the head coach for UCLA, Deshaun Foster, played at Tustin.
Deshaun Foster,
Right.
Timotopy Sanui from
Yeah.
Esperanza. So and these are just I used to put my book covers were always at Saturday sports page,
Yeah.
so I would know the names.
And the OC Varsity and the Register did such a good job covering high school athletics, and it's a shame that with the internet and with
Yeah.
new technology, you can look on Twitter to get the scores, and we've had a couple of those smaller, sort of internet web news sites.
Yeah, like the little Max Preps and Cal
or
Preps.
OC Tribune.
Yeah.
Been doing the.
And OC Tribune, of course, used
And
to
we
be Garden Grove Journal
Yes.
back in the day. Jim Tortolano and his wife running that. But no, yeah, I was a student of the game, and I could care less about math and English. But you ask me about high school football, I could tell you, right? Like,
Yeah, not being 5'3", I was able to play, but at least I remember the waiting to read to see who scored and who did what on Friday night or Thursday night.
yeah.
So this always brings me back. We are the away team here I spent a lot of time in these booths, so it's always nice to be back here at Garden Grove High School.
They were a little different back then.
Well, no, I'm just saying even when I was I used to be the announcer for the
Oh yeah,
Garden
that's
Grove
right.
team,
That's
so
right. That's right.
It was some fun. I like being connected with our football team, and even now seeing the football kids and seeing them on campus and saying hi, good luck tonight, and play well. win, lose, or draw, we're with you, right? So, play well, keep your head high, and do your best, and have some fun.
Zodiac on that return, and he's slow to get up. Helped up by his teammates. Maybe just needed a little breather there.
Yeah, Johnny. I like Johnny. Johnny's a good kid.
Yeah, I've heard great things about him.
Great kid. I love Johnny. He's biggest smile on his face. He's new to our school this year, and you know what? We were blessed to have a good addition. A good kid. Better kid than he's a good football player. He's a better kid. So that's
it's always
what
a thing.
You like to hear.
It's always a thing when you've got someone come into the program new. How are they going to assimilate? How are they going to be? And from what I understand, he's seamless transition here into the Rancho community.
Yeah, him and Ozzy are peas in a pod, and two really good kids for our Rancho football team. All the kids that are out there for football, they're polite. Coach Enright does a great job with this program, and the expectations for our football team of being even a better person than a football player, right? And
yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's good, and you know what?
Update from Bolsa. Bolsa now up 14-7. 9 minutes left to go in the second quarter over there.
Yeah, a little closer than we thought with that game.
And a lot closer than Cal Preps thought. Cal Preps thought that one was going to be a runaway game for the Matadors. Let me see if I can bring up their prediction. It was a 48-6 prediction over there.
Yeah. They gave more than a 99% chance to win.
But that's great for Bolsa, because you know what I mean. I know Bolsa's had some. They had some lean, let's just say lean years, right? So it's now that's a pass.
That is a pass.
That's a forward pass.
I thought they were going to give him back.
Yeah,
return the favor, right? Hey, you know what? You can have this one.
He took a little bit long to blow that whistle. But, both had some lean years, and it's good to see them being competitive and being able to put up some points. And, we don't play them this year, but which is just still getting used to not having all the Garden Grove schools in the Garden Grove League.
They always talk about not your grandpa's team, right? But at this age, that Bolsa team is more like your grandpa's Bolsa team than anything else is. They're starting to build a little something over there.
That hurt, man. That hurt. I'm not that much. I'm not that much younger than when Bolsa won in 86 it was.
86.
So
Rancho punting this ball away. Returned at about the 29-yard line by Galindo. Takes it around the other side of the field, still on his feet. It's taking out the 40.
Oh, there's a flag there. Yep, there's two flags. Two late hits in the back that were unnecessary by Los. That was usually when you start going and reversing field, you're going to get some blocks in the back. Those two were late though. It looked like, and they were late, and they were both called.
I don't want to admit this on air, but I might as well. When I was playing Pop Warner, those were my favorite blocks.
What?
The one where they didn't see it coming.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, but it was a different time. It was a different time. I don't want to age myself, but it was a different time.
Yeah, those earhole blocks, and when someone went against the grain, someone was going to get blown up.
Oh, yeah.
Someone who didn't have their head on a swivel.
And then you kind of get up and you're just you pull the what?
Yeah.
Whoa.
But today's game, that's a penalty.
Yeah, and you know what? For good reason. There's probably a reason why I've got not as sharp of a memory now, and maybe why I'm a little irritable in the morning. It could be all from all those hits back then when I was a young child. Probably should have stuck to baseball. There was no hitting going on, I'll tell you that.
With the concussion buckets.
With the concussion, yeah. Where you could see the shell.
Oh, man. Yeah, those things. I wish I had one just to show the kids, hey, look, this is. And now we are the old guys, right? Oh, yeah. Man, back when I played.
Oh, no, I'm there.
Back in my days.
There.
Yeah, not a good sign here for Rancho. Another injury down.
Yeah, it's been a tough season for
injuries.
For us.
I think this is their third tonight that we've had a stoppage for. So
yeah,
the injury bug's been hitting. I mean, and the whole year, it's not. It's been a pretty consistent this year. It's you never know when those are going to hit your program, right?
And then if this did come off of a penalty, that's unfortunate. If it was not your typical football play that did it, or at least not the legal type.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there was anything. It was just I think a kid playing football, and it wasn't a legal block, but I don't think there was anything.
And that's just the nature of the game, right? And all of these guys, they go out there knowing that, hey, but it's part of the excitement of them playing. And
some coaches mad up top.
Yeah, there's some coaching. I've felt that one before.
We again, while we wait here, we're trying something out new here. So we did get that Isaac Galindo touchdown video is now up on our social media. So if you want to take a look at that, go over on our X account or on our Instagram story and take a look at that run again there.
we finally got our replay going. This probably should have been something we figured out years ago, but hey, I've got a day job.
Do you? Do you over there?
So we figured out the replay system, and now we figured out we can directly upload them to Google Drive.
Oh, that's cool.
So as we upload them, Dave can go in there and instantaneously throw them out. Now we're more ESPN than ESPN.
This is pretty quick and fast. And again, like you said,
minus
the camera work at the end.
Minus the camera work. That was.
Okay,
we'll get there.
We need to get some more. Come on, let's go, Rancho. Let's get some of those highlights.
And you know what?
Let's get on that.
The usual camera person is a Rancho student.
Yeah.
Much smarter Kaylin, much smarter and better than me at running the camera.
And I see behind us we got a new.
We're marketing.
No, this is the first. This is the first time that I've seen the Garden Grove Unified School District Athletic banner like that. I don't know. Is that brand new?
It is.
This is a new logo.
We did this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, designed by somebody in this booth. That's not me. I'll tell you that.
I wear many hats around here. Yeah. Many hats. I don't have my shirt yet. I'm just representing General District here today.
Okay. Yeah, I saw Dr. Heflin. Have
She's
that.
sporting it?
Yeah, she had that night. I was like, that was the first time I've seen that logo on somebody. So there you go. Now we need to get those corporate sponsorships. Let's go. Let's get on it.
Wendy's, McDonald's.
Hey, Chick-fil-A is the official chicken of the CIF. I saw it. We got Chick-fil-A for some of our kids.
No pun intended, but we've got a little beef with CIF.
About streaming.
Yeah. About streaming for I've got to voluntarily stop streaming after week 10. But it's okay. They do a great job.
Did you get a cease and desist?
We haven't gotten that far yet.
No, I get that. I mean, NCIF they do control the playoffs, right? So, but it's good. It's good to have the eyes, and what we have 406 views. Not bad, right?
Yeah, 406. That's really good. We're not even at halftime yet. That's a little bit ahead of our usual. I'll say this: Los Amigos does really good during the games. Rancho does really good after the games. Two of our highest viewed videos are Rancho Bolsa, and Rancho Los Amigos. But,
and it says thank you for the broadcast. So Anthony Santana, you're welcome, guy.
We appreciate everyone who's tuning in. So
that's good.
Share the stream, share it with everybody. Even if people are here watching, they can listen to some great interviews with some great people like Mr. Primo here.
A good tackle in the backfield.
That's a first. Actually, let's see where they spot it. I don't know. It looks like they might have given him.
Oh no, they made him go. That was a little healthy.
That was a friendly. Gift. That was a home team spot.
It is fun. What is sort of funny, and I don't know if this is just an officiating difference. We don't see the chains come out very often.
No, we have. I think we might have seen it a few times. I can't remember. I'm confusing it with Sunday Night Football too. I saw that the other night. They brought it out.
The chains used to come out all the time.
Quite a bit, huh?
When I coached, it seemed like they came out at least a few times a game.
That's an exciting element, though.
I thought so too. Yeah,
it's a little
nice
different
tackle.
now, especially with the turf fields because the lines are so consistent.
Yeah.
When you're on grass, you don't have that. So even this last play, the first down marker was at the 35-yard line.
Right.
So the refs know, hey, if that ball is on the 35 and the nose of it is over, we know it's there. When you're playing at Glover Stadium or you're playing at Western sometimes with those old fields, those lines are not always straight. Yeah. They're hard. They're faded there. I'm
gonna have to jump in. The lower level field at Pacifica, those lines, the Pacifica lines. When I was there,
I'll tell you.
They might not have been the right measurement for the first game.
I was going to say they weren't Italian lines.
They
That's
weren't,
something
yeah.
that
They weren't spaghetti
that Ruben
lines.
told me. Spaghetti lines. Yeah,
Spaghetti lines.
Spaghetti lines, huh? Yeah.
But no, like those old fields, right? They were crowned. I mean, crowned
Yes.
excessively. So if you were on one side of the field, you could not see the chains on the other side, the bottom. So yeah, maybe more of a need to bring them out. But Dave's right. The fields now, I mean, and maybe the referees, great prescriptions these days.
Dave, I have a question for you, man. How did, now that our temperatures dropped, I was curious what your thought about the wet bulb globe from the district, just since you heard it from everybody in the district.
Yeah,
What is your thoughts about how it went this year?
I think it went well for us. Again, we had that 1 week that it was bad. I know there are some other schools in the southern section that are going to petition to change zones. Right now, we are in zone 1 as we get not a sack, but a small gain there for Ramirez. But yeah, I think it's worked well.
And another Rancho player shaking up a little bit, but is he going to get up?
Looks like, is that Nelson? Yeah,
That looks like maybe hopefully a stinger on the arm there.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, Nelson right there.
But yeah,
Seth.
we have Perryweather as our weather provider, I guess, now at this point. And yeah, we get the alerts live. A lot of other schools are taking readings manually from a portable device that they have. Certainly better for us to get live results on that. But like I said, there's some schools that they don't feel they're in the right category, the right zone.
I think I love that we have one on our campus at Rancho. So it's nice that even the air quality, seeing that if the air quality is not good, and to take the precautions so our kids are taken care of. It being the first year, obviously.
Yeah, there's
There's going to be
some growing pains.
Now we have a Lobo
down,
shaking up on the play.
Yeah, and again, there's newness too with it. We're talking about a wet bulb, and people have no idea what that is. Or we have a new acronym now with WBGT, and again, you just have to get used to it now at this point. But
this one's a big one here, Dave, as Kevin Centeno.
yeah, he's been good for them on offense and defense today. But certainly I was talking about this Lobo team. They kind of have a three-headed monster right now in the backfield. Obviously, we know Isaac Alindo, super talented, kind of their workhorse running back. But Raul Cruz, as you've mentioned, he is a great quote-unquote backup, if that's what we're going to call him. He churns his feet, and he does well. And now, especially with number 1, Adrian Ramirez in the backfield as the quarterback, he's also now more of a runner. We've seen some quarterback counters, some quarterback keepers. So again, the question is now going to be: Does Rancho stack the box at this point and force Los Amigos to throw the ball a little bit more?
Yeah, see what Ramirez can do, right?
We saw in this last play, the one that Centeno got hurt on, again, just a rollout flood, able to find a man. And like I said at the beginning, Ramirez is absolutely a capable backup, not his primary position, but he can run and he can throw the ball.
Yeah, I think that's big, and that's key for Los Amigos as the weeks do go on. Injuries are inevitable in the game of football, so you just hope that you've got someone who can kind of.
That's a great
There you
play.
go, Andrew.
Yeah.
I got to tell you
Andrew
again,
Andrew.
I have praised him all night long, but Andrew Gonzalez for Rancho Alamitos came to play tonight, and he is making big plays. Very impressed with him. He has been their stud on defense for sure.
It's been a long drive for the Lobos. There's 47 seconds left to go here in the first half.
Timeout, Lobos.
While we have a timeout, quick update from Bolsa, 21-7.
Okay.
Matador lead. Yeah,
Starting to settle down a little bit. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting league. Again, you have Bolsa.
La Quinta, right? Is it La Quinta Godinez and
Yeah,
is it
and La
Godinez?
Quinta, Bolsa beat La Quinta. Godinez is in the Zeta League. They're
Oh,
in the
they're
bottom.
they're in the other
So
one.
you have in the
I know.
Tango League, you have
Tango, okay.
you have Bolsa, you have Anaheim, you have Santiago, you have Loera, and who am I missing?
Anaheim, Costa Mesa.
Costa Mesa, yeah. So
Yeah.
Santiago beat Costa
Last
Mesa
week,
last
yeah.
week.
Okay.
So again, we are hoping for the week 10. I think we have Bolsa Santiago. We would love if that's for the league championship.
Okay.
But we have a feeling that Anaheim is pretty good there. That Anaheim Bolsa game may be for a league
And
championship.
I think
Okay.
that's a home game for Bolsa, so
yeah.
we will most likely be covering that one.
Yeah, we that's a
Looked like that receiver got off a little bit quick.
Yeah, a little
No
hurry,
penalty
huh?
there.
But yeah, just the whole got a tackle.
Oh,
Guys.
wow. He's still
Gotta
on his
tackle.
feet. Talk about
Gotta be
that
able to
dual
tackle.
threat.
Clock's going to run,
And
though.
there's flag. We have a flag coming in.
That looks like that's going to be against Los Amigos.
Yeah, late hit again, or unsportsmanlike conduct.
So this will stop the clock at least initially. If this does go against Los Amigos, this is going to push them back
And
right
Zodiaco,
around midfield.
Zodiaco not walking normally right now as he's still on the field, not coming off. But that would be big too if he's a little bit. He's just trying to shake it off. Probably just
Personal
work it
foul.
out.
So again, this is also the clock is going to run here when they set the ball and chop it. So time will be a factor with this as well.
Wow, that's far back too. That's all the way back into their own territory now. Ball at the 48-yard line.
And again, it's going to be third down still. So yeah, we are looking at about 3rd and 20.
Wow.
Yeah, it is crazy that you have to carry the league alignments around. I have it in my phone, and I have every each one of our sports in my phone for every league, and it's just
Well, you know what? Once you figure them out, they'll change in 2 years.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's why I'm not smart enough to remember things, so I just put it on my phone.
Yeah, this is the lifeline here, lifeblood here. It looks like there was a timeout here, most likely by the Lobos.
It was, yeah. So they're out of timeouts now. And it looked like they called that. That's interesting. It looks like they called that penalty during the play. Live ball. So, yeah, we're looking at 2nd and 20 instead of 3rd down.
Yeah.
That certainly looked to be after the play to me, but we'll give the benefit of the doubt to the people that are 5 feet away as opposed to 500 feet.
Yeah. Bolsa now, beautiful pass and catch. They've got the ball now inside the 5-yard line.
So it's Santiago and Bolsa in that Tango League right now that are
and probably Anaheim.
And Anaheim, okay.
And to be honest, Anaheim is probably a favorite team, I would say, along with Bolsa at this point, and Santiago.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, Anaheim certainly a tough team. Again, Rancho dismantled Anaheim earlier. One of your best games of the year.
Yeah, that
for sure.
We had lights issue there. That was an interesting game. They couldn't get the lights on over there at
little screen to Cruz. Good tackling. Yeah, great job by Rancho. Again, we'll see if Rancho gets aggressive here with timeouts. Doesn't look like it. Looks like they're content to go into halftime.
Yep, and it looks like both teams are going to be okay with just letting this clock run out with 9 seconds left to go here.
I think we're going to get a Hail Mary or something here from Los Amigos. Let's see.
4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds.
Well, gentlemen, I appreciate what you guys do, and thank you for at least letting me come up here and talk a little bit.
Anytime,
I like coming up here and talking a little football, and hopefully we can do this. I mean, every year this has been a great thing, and I was trying to get some of our kids to come up tonight, but they didn't make it because of the Thursday night game. It's a little tougher to get some kids here.
Academics first. That's why our students aren't here. I say academics first.
Yeah.
This is secondary.
Yeah. So it was. I wanted to have them talk about volleyball and flag football. Not me, but. You know what? Have a great night, gentlemen. Thank you, and have a great night. And thank you again for what you guys do, and we'll see you at the next broadcast.
There we go.
Sounds good.
All right,
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
So we're going to take a little break at halftime. Los Amigos with a 14-0 lead over the Vaqueros. A little bit of a surprising score there. We're going to take a little break, but we'll be back at the end of halftime. We're going to leave you with the halftime show. It is Los Amigos homecoming here at Mansour Stadium.
everything goes so wrong?
Well, maybe it's because you didn't listen, Tinkerbell. We told you not to go near the hollow woods.
I said we should stick together. Now look at this place. Everything's dying. It's like the whole forest is falling apart.
And it's not just this forest, it's us. We haven't been able to work together all day.
Maybe if you guys just followed my lead, we wouldn't be stuck here.
Follow your lead. This is why we're here, Tinkerbell. You always try to say things yourself without listening to anyone else.
In their frustration and anger, the fairies forgot that their magic comes not just from pixie dust, but from their friendship. The forest of dead trees grew stronger as they found refuge.
Hey Tinkerbell, this isn't just about finding magic. This is about us. Trixie Hollow thrives when we work together. We can't fix anything until we fix our friendship.
But what if it's too late? I got us into this mess.
We've been so focused on who's right and who's wrong that we forgot what makes our magic strong. We all played a part by not trusting each other.
Our friendship is the real magic, Tinkerbell. When we're together, nothing can stop us. I've been so busy trying to fix things, I forgot what's really important. You guys. I'm sorry I didn't listen. Can we try again?
Of course we can. That's what friends are for.
The fairies ran in a circle, holding hands. As they did, their magic begins to sparkle and glow brighter. The dead trees start to transform, blooming with rosy flowers, until the forest slowly turns into the lush and beautiful Dixie Hollow.
Now that's the magic I've been waiting to see.
Look, Dixie Hollow's back and so are we.
I'm never
We are back with you here at Mansour Stadium, Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football. David Moore here with District Athletic Director Dave Mameli. We've got a tight one here. Los Amigos 14, Rancho nothing. Not what we expected at all here, Dave.
No, again, there's been an injury bug here too, also for especially for Rancho, but both teams kind of had that. Again, this is kind of an uneasy game. It seems like, kind of feeling each other out. Again, certainly a defensive struggle at this point. We'll see what the second half brings. Obviously, both of these teams and coaches very good with second half adjustments. That's going to be the good chess battle that we see. But again, a close game here. I think you got to give the edge still to Los Amigos because they do have that big-time hitter in Galindo. Galindo was running so hard tonight that all he's got to do is make one man miss and no one's going to be able to catch him. And again, if we do see that close ball game, you got to look for those big plays coming out.
And peeking over at the Bolsa game, when we left you, Bolsa was up 21-7 in the span of the last 20 minutes or so. They're at halftime too, but they scored 2 touchdowns. They're up 35-7 over Loera right now, kind of where we expected that game to be after maybe a little bit of a slow start there for Bolsa.
Yeah, and the slow start is to be expected a little bit too. Again, they are coming off their rivalry game against La Quinta, big emotional week where again, most people were giving La Quinta the odds-on favorite to not only win that game, but to win the league as well. So coming off the emotional game at that point, it is a little bit of a deflator, coming out and playing Loera when people say, hey, you're going to beat them 48-6. It's hard to come out, have that consistency, and say we're going to start strong. Looked like it took them a couple drives, couple possessions, but certainly in the driver's seat now, being up 35-7 at halftime.
It's funny that you mentioned that, to come out and kind of get on a team you're expected to kind of run away from. Cal Preps had this game at 34-12, Los Amigos Rancho, and right now the way it's trending, maybe not 34-12, maybe 28, or who knows what happens here with the adjustments that each team makes. You mentioned injuries for Rancho. They lost Cruz Gonzalez here for the night. We saw him being carted off, and hoping everything is well with him, and it's not a serious thing where he's out a considerable amount of time.
Yeah.
But for Rancho, you got to learn how to shake that off, and hopefully you go into halftime, make the adjustments. We did see Isaac Felipe actually change the dynamic a little bit right after Cruz went out.
We did.
He was able to gain some good yardage, and Rancho made a little drive, but ultimately stopped by this Los Amigos defense.
Again, this is, you talk to Coach Enright, and he'll talk to you about this, that this sophomore class for Rancho is something special. He's very excited about them. The problem is now that a lot of their key players are sophomores. And again, you have a young group of guys that are going against a veteran team here in Los Amigos. But there's going to be some growing pains with those young sophomores that come in, and the hope is obviously that by next year, and especially their senior year, that they are rocking and rolling and really starting to do something special. But I know Coach Enright is very, very high on this sophomore class, and again, as you mentioned, Felipe is certainly one of the big contributors there.
Yeah, you mentioned this. I was putting this roster together, and I had to do it manually, so I'm typing in the grades, and you've got Joe and Jacob Vasquez, 10th graders, Felipe, sophomore. You have an underclassman as your QB.
Well, and I've been preaching, or I've been praising all night Andrew Gonzalez, number 7, another sophomore, and Gonzalez is one too, not just a sophomore, but you look at him, he's got great size. He's going to be a monster when he's a senior. You
got Oswaldo Ramos also, a sophomore. So these are some big names for the Vaqueros who we're going to be calling over the next 3 years here. For sure. They come out here and they perform, and they're only going to get better.
Yeah.
Coach Enright has to be happy for the future, for sure.
Again, even somebody, Oswaldo Ramos, he was one that played as a freshman last year for the Vaqueros on varsity.
I believe he made second team all-league as a freshman.
Also was on the varsity basketball team as a freshman as well, too.
So, yeah, second half. What do you expect here from Los Amigos and from Rancho?
Yeah, I think that you are going to see a concerted effort from Rancho to stop the running game of Los Amigos. I do think you're going to try to see Rancho forcing Los into some more passing situations. I think they will stack the box a little bit more there. I do think you're going to see some explosiveness from Rancho's offense. I think that Coach Enright probably has some plays up his sleeve that he diagnosed at halftime of, hey, I think we can get this. I think we can get some openings there. So I do expect a little bit more scoring here, but still the overall mentality here, this is going to be a defensive struggle. You know, I certainly don't think anyone's going to get to 40 points. I think this game ends up in the 20s.
Yeah, I think we should have a better half here by Rancho, maybe settling in a little bit. I'm thinking maybe it's a 28-14 game. Maybe I think at the end, or 24-4 or 28-14, yeah, 28-14. Not sure where that ball went. Sorry, it went out of bounds actually. So
yeah, so again, we'll see if Los Amigos makes them re-kick or if they take the yardage. Again, we've talked about Galindo, such a home run threat. You might want to make them re-kick, but certainly looks like they're just going to take the yardage, take the ball at the 35-yard line.
So let's see what Los Amigos can do here to start the second half. You had a healthy dose of Galindo there in the first half. Much more of the same here. Galindo gets that carry to the right side, gets maybe a gain of 2 or 3 on the play.
Again, still impressed with Los Amigos offensive line. They've done a great job all season. I would again say they have controlled the line of scrimmage tonight against Rancho. Rancho's given a good fight offensively and defensively, but this Los Amigos line is going to be a big difference for them as they continue Signal League play.
Brings up second down here for the Lobos from their own 39-yard line. Handoff again. Galindo gets away. Oh, no, that's not Galindo. That's Cruz.
Yeah, Cruz, great job.
And you see
running.
that? It's almost one of those things, Dave, where you can't. They're so interchangeable. You can't tell once they get that handoff. They both have the same shiftiness to them, the same kind of level too.
Such a hard run from Cruz there. Again, you see that as he is being violently tackled, but his legs are continuing to move, just churning for extra yardage.
And we always talk about that second effort from these running backs that we see on our streams here. This time Galindo, but nope. Ramirez going to call his own number.
Again, at this point now, Los Amigos to start this game or to start the second half is just simple zone plays. So they are just blocking one-on-one, kind of making their move going out, and they're letting the running backs find the holes and the seams to run through. Again, we saw Los Amigos start this game off a little bit more with some power toss, some counter, and this drive so far just been zone blocking.
That was a bad, little scary snap there. It hit the man in motion.
Yeah, I think, I don't think everyone was set there. I don't know if this was a false start as much as not everyone being set, but going to back them up here. Again, we're going to have 1st and 15.
Los Amigos, for non-league, they had no logos on their helmet. Now we can kind of zoom in. They got their logos there. New looking logo. Never seen that one before for Los Amigos. Looking sharp. New uniforms, new logo. Pointing that out there for the uniform fanatics out there. Ramirez calls his own number there. Takes it up the middle.
Yeah, this might be the setting tone here for the second half. If Los Amigos is able to just run the ball consistently in this second half, this game does have the chance to get out of hand at that point. Rancho has got to be stopping the run here.
Ramirez again keeps it, takes it to the left side, gets maybe a gain of 2 or 3 on the play. Got a timeout, referee timeout here. The white hat calling the timeout. Maybe some uniform issues here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Third down. So again, this is 4-down territory, I'm sure, for the Lobos. But this 3rd and long situation here, let's see if we do see a pass or if they're just going to continue to run the ball. At this point to start the second half, they are getting 4 or 5 longer yards.
Rancho tried to run someone onto the field, wasn't able to. Let's see if that's going to come back. Look like we're going to try and get more of a speedy guy. And, ooh, no call.
Yeah, good patience there by Galindo. We've talked about his speed, you know, and making those cuts at full speed. But there, just letting the blocks develop in front of him, try to find a hole. That was a good fill, I think, by Rancho. But even there, Galindo able to lunge forward there for a good 4 yards.
This is a manageable 4th and about 3 here for the Lobos.
Going to see a hard count, I'm sure. There it is.
And they almost got him again.
Again, taking their time. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we got a timeout here. We do. So again, important play, obviously. 4th down. Coach Guest wants to take a timeout, make sure they have the right play called and right formation set up.
Of course, Dave mentioned earlier Coach Enright up in the booth, so you won't see him there with the Vaqueros there in the huddle on this timeout.
Yeah, and in this case, I'm a big fan of blitzing, especially on defense, and you have some design run blitzes, but the problem is Galindo is so fast and he can beat you to the outside that if you do blitz and you lose some of that pursuit,
Actually, they're going for a field goal here, Dave.
Yeah, so something we don't normally see here.
He did make one against Nogales, so let's see. It's a pretty deep kick, too. It's a 37-yarder. It's up. It looks like it's good.
It is, yeah.
Wow, beautiful kick. We can use our field goal graphic, which we don't really get to use.
Now we'll take a look at the replay here. Hopefully catch this all. Yeah, but again, Arubi Bermudez here with, let's see, this is a, what, a 37?
37. Oh, it didn't get
Oh, we
it.
missed
Try and
it.
kick it. Try and let's see if we can get it again.
I don't
Maybe-
think so. I think we might have missed that one. Yeah,
Oh,
at the
just
end.
missed it.
Let's see.
Now we've got replay on replay on replay.
All right, how do we get out of here?
So just go up to the top, hit game time, and then click anywhere in the box there. There we go. Now we're back.
Let's see if that came through somehow. I think the last one I looked at was a little extended. That process a little.
Yeah, so you know what? So the whole replay is 30 seconds, but the amount of time that it's showing on the screen is only at 20. So you should have
So we
gotten
should
it.
got
Yeah,
it,
you
yeah.
you
I
should
think we
go
did.
ahead. Hey, follow GGUSD Athletics on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. You're going to get some of those exclusive replays. Rancho not kicking it deep, kicking to the second level there. Looks like that's number 6. Oh, wow. Okay.
We'll take a look at that one too.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Wow. Davian Sanchez taking a big hit. Not sure what Lobo did that, but we've seen some big hits this season so far from a lot of our teams.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get this one
We
either.
might not, but you know what? Again, GGUSD Athletics to get the exclusive play. It's probably going to cut out right when it happens.
Oh, man.
We'll get
Adjustments.
the good news is it is recorded. So go ahead and get on Instagram and Twitter. Is that where you're setting them up, Dave, or on Instagram?
Yeah, we got X and Instagram stories. Check those out.
There you go, X. I still hold out. I'm still calling it. We've got some special guests now joining us here in the booth. Yeah, it's a little bit warm here.
Oh.
Dave lost all his rosters. That pass complete there. We'll get our guests introduced right now. We'll get our guests introduced, two very special guests, friends of the stream. And there you go, you see on camera, you got Los Amigos Principal Todd Nerk and Dr. Stephanie Heflin, GGUSD Superintendent of Secondary Education. How are you two doing on this fine October evening?
Doing great.
Oh, tremendous. What a night. Homecoming night. Big night for the home team, and good night so far for the Lobos.
Yeah, it's been a really good night here for the Lobos. Maybe a little bit slower. And oh, that was almost intercepted. Maybe a little bit lower scoring game than a lot of us imagined here, but good to see, right? Got a field goal. We don't see those much on the stream, but exciting to see. We get to use our field goal graphic.
You know what? I saw you do that on the previous game. We've actually made a few this year.
Yeah.
We have a really good kicker that came over from playing soccer. And right now, we can count on him to make a field goal. Extra points, field goals. He's a very strong kicker.
Los Amigos about to get the ball back as Rancho will be punting the football here. So we're here, Mr. Nurk, 6-0, trending towards 7, best record since 1983. How's the vibe around campus? We all know a lot of times the football team kind of dictates the excitement level. How's that been?
Yeah, very exciting on campus right now. It's week after week. We seem to be getting a little bit better. Now going into last week, we had, of course, undefeated, and then we beat Ocean View 27-7. That was actually a kind of a tough game in that we came out of it for the first time a little bit banged up. We lost. We got a couple broken arms out there. We got a separated shoulder. We got our quarterback in a sling. So we had at least 4 injuries that really really hurt. But, we got a lot of talent, a lot of depth on this team, too. And so, it's that next man up mentality. But it certainly is it's part of football, but you hate to see that happen.
Dr. Heflin spending time at both schools. So how does it feel to be at this matchup? And how do you approach something like this where maybe you got to play that fine line, but maybe deep down you're leaning one way, which you're not going to say.
No,
maybe.
No, absolutely not, David Mora. I am not going to say which way I'm leaning at all because I do have a little bit of love for both sides of the field right now. A little bit of green and orange blood in me. I mean, I was at Los for 7 years. It's a good chunk of time.
Yeah.
For sure, and she comes back on a campus and she's a legend there,
Oh,
David. I'll tell you,
yeah.
she's
I
a
don't know
legend.
about
I can't. I mean,
Oh,
it's
no,
just
I
like
believe
they
it.
swarm to her. It's crazy.
Well,
I believe
they
it.
do.
There's something special over at Los Amigos, that's for sure. Those Lobos.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's a great place. Los Amigos is a wonderful place. So is Rancho. Rancho is wonderful. A lot of great things happening. I think last week we talked about some new stuff happening over at Rancho.
Well, we mentioned it earlier with Mr. Primo.
Good.
We'll always mention it.
Always.
We want to build that excitement for it, for the skilled trades pathway. I mean, it's something that I think every student should look into and take advantage of. I mean, it's something that, I always say it, and I talk to my wife about it. We're both products of our school district, and we valued our time here, but the opportunities that students these days that they have compared to even 10 years ago, it's leaps and bounds ahead, and it's thanks to the school board. It's thanks to just the leadership to just bring these opportunities and different opportunities. It's not your traditional, right? Your traditional opportunities. It's finding ways to connect to students who might not want to follow that traditional path, and that's exactly what the skilled trades pathway is about.
Absolutely. Well, it looks like we got a little bit of run happening right here.
Mears with a nice run. He picks up the first down.
And that's the great thing about Garden Grove Unified. We have 7 comprehensive high schools, 1 continuation school, and all 8 of those high schools have wonderful pathways that are taking place, with Rancho taking on the skilled pathways, the newest one. But it doesn't mean it's not going to expand to other schools in the future. But every school has some really great pathways to offer. I know at Los we have some really great ones happening.
You've got digital media, right? Digital media.
We got a great program there. Every school has its own little identity, and I think the district's done a great job of bringing programs to each. At our school, we also have the early college academy.
That's
where
right.
Students,
That's right.
Gain their college credits and even up to potentially their AA degree through the regular coursework embedded in the day. And so that's a great program. We got our dual language immersion program is just starting up there, and that's going to be picking up steam district-wide in the years to come. So, yeah, so many great things are happening, and those are kind of central programs to build from.
Ramirez getting sacked in the backfield on that play. That brings up second down, about 14 here for the Lobos.
So, David, let me ask you a question now. Now that we're getting into second game of league, I mean, we've turned into the second half of the season now. For playoffs, I don't know if you've had a chance to look at the rankings and kind of look at where things would fall. Like if the season were to end now, what would the playoffs look? What kind of teams would we be matched up against, or what kind of names do you see out there?
So Mameli might have a better insight on that, but I can tell you this. If we went and ended the season today, there would be a high possibility if Los Amigos and Pacifica continued on their way that they would have a nice little matchup in the playoffs. as Los Amigos is an 8.4 and a negative 8.4, and Pacifica a negative 8.8 or 8 point. They're close. They're
Really?
They're in the
Right.
they would be in the same playoff.
I could talk loud enough here to hear at that point, but the issue now for Los Amigos is they are so far ahead rated from the Sigma League that they're going to be facing teams that are better than this caliber that they have. So,
Oh wow, Ramirez, big run here.
at this point now, we can see as they're on their way at this point to 7-0. Maybe they need some better competition, obviously, if they're
Yeah.
to get them going. But
That's true.
it would be interesting, like David said. You could see a Pacifica Los Amigos matchup that comes through because they are so close now. We would love that, obviously.
That would be
to
great.
see that.
Yeah.
Their playoffs will be a little bit of a step up from what they've seen so far this year.
And that's the thing with these playoffs is it's the price of success, right?
Yes.
That you're put up in, and especially, I mean, you used to see Garden Grove always in the positives when it came to the Cal Preps rankings, but to have Los Amigos this high, it's new territory. But again, with that territory comes, like they've said, that uptick in competition. So it would be exciting, but it would be a tough road for the Lobos.
It's fair though. I like the way it is. I think it's a great system. We should be playing tough teams because we're a pretty darn good football team ourselves. And the days where you could kind of like sandbag or be lucky to be in a lower division and then swamp on through them. Yeah, that might be nice for sure. But the bottom line is that we're going to go wherever it is that we're ranked, and this team will come out fighting and play hard. And boy, if we're healthy, we're going to be a tough team to beat in whatever bracket we're in.
And isn't that the greatest? I mean, that's the big part about these new rankings and the way we've re-leagued is that we do get some different type of competition, but competition that's either at our caliber or a little notch above.
Ramirez lets that one go. That's going to be complete.
So it makes for an exciting time. It's going to be an interesting year overall just to kind of see how all these playoffs and the different sports roll out.
Yeah, we're approaching playoffs here for girls volleyball. I believe next week or so they start.
Brackets will come out next Saturday.
Oh yeah, so there we go. So we're 2 weeks away.
Girls flag football. The brackets will come out same days for both.
There we girls sports getting into the thick of it with playoffs in 2 weeks, and we're going to see many of our teams move on to the playoffs. As we mentioned, Rancho winning the girls volleyball league championship there. So exciting times here as we get into October and November, and we haven't even got into talking about soccer and basketball and wrestling. We've still got some wrestling programs and a lot of exciting things.
And it's literally around the corner.
Cruz. Again, once Galindo's out, you think you're good, and then Cruz just gets the ball, and it's much of the same.
Yeah, he's shifty too, and he's very strong. He's hurt his ankle on 2 different occasions this year, but he looked pretty good on that run.
And now Galindo's back in, so now you got to contend with him. And we speak about the love that Dr. Heflin gets. She's amazing, right? She's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
There he goes.
And that's going to be a touchdown. Los Amigos. Galindo gets into the end zone.
Boy, when Isaac sees daylight, I mean, it's just over. He is so fast and so explosive. We said it before. And he's just a touchdown maker.
So now if you're Rancho, you want to come out here and you got to answer on this next drive and put something together.
So, David, let me ask you also for the rankings. Do they look at margin of victory or just wins and losses? Does a 24-0 or do you significantly go up in the rankings if you're 38-0 as opposed to 24-0? Let's say.
Yeah. So margin of victory is key. Obviously, strength of schedule is key as well. So even a team like Los Amigos beat Western Christian earlier in the year. Well, if Western Christian starts beating teams by a wide margin, that increases Los Amigos ratings. So that is certainly a big factor, but it's not just yours. A lot of times it's others. So we were mentioning earlier on the broadcast tonight that your rankings can jump pretty vastly from a Monday to a Thursday game, and the reason why is because the more information they get of other teams, it affects your rankings as well.
Okay.
And so when they get to playoffs, they have a cutoff time for when they stop the rankings, because the rankings actually never change, or they never stop moving. And so they have a cutoff time that, hey, after Saturday clock at 2 p.m., we're not taking any more updates to these numbers that we have at that point. So it's a little chaotic, but as we've mentioned on the stream many times, the football coaches love it. They love Cal Preps. Everybody's in agreement that they think this is the best system to do. And certainly now with it coming with our leagues, I mean, we're seeing some pretty good results in our leagues as well too.
So. Speaking of results, 42-7, Bolsa over Loera right now.
Oh, there we go.
Get to that Cal Preps prediction.
I'll tell you, that's one great thing about coming up here, and whenever I talk to you guys, is that I know that any question that I might have about athletics, whether it be rankings or sports or teams from the past, I know I'm going to get the answer from both of you.
That's
actually.
right. They're very well versed.
We're students of the game here.
Yeah.
We
Students
try
of
our
the
best.
game, the district, our schools.
And you know what? None of this is taking anything away from my day job. I just want to say that.
Well,
I make sure I show up at 7:30 every day when I start at 8, so it evens out.
Yeah, okay.
no, everything that's been going on, especially for these streams, for our game of the weeks and everything, have been such a great success, and that's to David Moore and David Mameli. They've been doing an awesome job.
We owe a lot also to the admin for just being so, just so supportive as well. And, Mr. Nurk, you coming up here, and, Mr. Primo coming up here earlier. And it's just awesome. It's that support from everywhere that makes it work. It's our football coaches and, to accommodate us here in the booth and, not say, hey, nope, we're not going to give up the booth. You need to go up or, scram.
Maybe not to you.
No, yeah.
Well,
Dave filters it.
I think they might go to the athletic director on special assignment. I don't know. I'm not sure who that is. No, everybody's been so accommodating, and I mean, game of the week is a big deal now. Everybody gets pretty excited when they get to be game of the week.
Yeah, it's awesome, and I look forward to it every week. It could be a tough week, and then I know once Thursday or Friday comes along, this comes up, and then, beautiful job there by number 36 for Rancho. Don't have the number, as it happens sometimes. He just bullied his way to some extra yardage and took down some Lobos as he did so.
Pass complete. Number 36. This one on a flag number 4.
They don't have the number or the name either.
So from watching Rancho early in the year, I haven't had a chance to see them yet, of course, but are they a passing team, running team? What's their identity on offense?
So they're a running team. However, their starting running back went out. He was the one who went out earlier in the game, Cruz Gonzalez. But Isaac Felipe has done a good job, too. When they were playing Savannah, Gonzalez went out for a few plays, and Felipe ended up scoring a touchdown. But they're a running team. So, seeing them pass, it takes them out of their normal game plan. Of course, the past few years they've had, some good quarterbacks that were able to throw the ball, but right now predominantly a running team. Oh, wow, that's a fumble ball in the play. Los Amigos football.
There you go.
Recovered by number 5, Jacob Aguilar. Got into that backfield very quick.
So, I mean,
Because we try to time the replay here. Let's see if we can get it. I think Dave got it this time. Just beautiful blitz.
look at that.
That's actually Jacob Delgado, number 5, that jumped on it. Jacob, it's funny, I talked to him earlier today, and it's good to see him out there because I know that he got hurt in that Ocean View game too. He took a shot from behind. His lower back was killing him. But look at it. He's out here playing hard tonight.
Lobos looking to really put this game away here on this drive. Actually, flags on the play.
Flag. That's one of those things about the Lobos. I mean, even last season, I think we were talking about that, Todd, was last season you guys had a lot of guys go down last year and then came back with a vengeance at the end of league.
Yeah, it was weeks 3, 4, 5. We were down to maybe our 4th-string quarterback. We were trying to figure out who to throw in there. And all in all, it might have helped us because it came earlier in the year, and we got a little bit healthy later, and really came together and won a playoff game last year. Really could have done more. Nearly beat Walnut. But yeah, that was a rough stretch, and the injury bug can just happen. It just flares up, and you hate to see it.
Broken play here for the Lobos, looking to get something out of nothing. He did it, turning a negative into a positive, still on his feet. Oh my, still on his feet at the 50-yard line, gets the first down, but that could have been disastrous as Amari Maddox ran right into Adrian Ramirez. There's flags on the play, though.
Well, whenever you reverse field like that, you look. There's a block in the back. It's pretty easy to have happen. I didn't see any on the play, but that might be what they're looking at.
And he could have had a loss of at least 15 or 10 on that play, and that's actually going to be on the Vaqueros. So big turn of events there. I did not expect that to happen. Wow. It looked like he was taken down. It looked like he was down in the backfield. Amari Maddox with a good job just kind of staying focused there.
So I know the Lobos have Estancia up next week. I haven't really been paying attention to Estancia. What are they looking like?
Estancia beat Rancho last week 14-7.
Right. Yes.
Not sure who they're playing this. They're playing Anaheim this week, obviously. Yeah, they're playing Anaheim. So that's going to tell a lot about how Estancia is. It's going to either set up a big showdown. No, they're not playing Anaheim.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
So, you're looking at Estancia. Calvary Chapel might be a test for them too, but again, certainly I think Estancia and Calvary Chapel are the two remaining big opponents for the Los Amigos.
Okay. Yeah, I think we got 3 left. We got those 2 plus Santa Ana Valley.
Yep.
Yeah, Valley, to be honest, is a little beneath the other teams
others.
in the league. Yeah, there's 5 that could all beat each other, and then Valley's a little.
Okay.
So we are here at the end of the third quarter. Already in the fourth quarter, Los Amigos running the ball pretty well in that third quarter, and we're already quickly through it.
Yeah, that was a quick one.
Yep, 24-0 Lobo lead. Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School football. David Mora with District Athletic Director Dave Mamelli here in the booth with Los Amigos Principal Todd Nurk and the always wonderful Dr. Stephanie Heflin.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to head on down to see the rest of the game on the field. But thanks for having me.
Of course, anytime. Booth is open for you, Mr. Nurk. If you want to head out here and get back down there, get ready to celebrate a victory, barring some crazy comeback here.
Yeah, I better get on down there, take a look at the guys down there. But, hey, always great being a part of it. Thanks for having us, guys.
Of course, thank you. Until next time, always welcome.
Sounds good, guys. We'll catch you soon.
Always a treat having Principal Nurk and Dr. Heflin up here in the booth with us. Always great conversation. Great vibes and energy when they join us. Getting a good experience of what these speakers sound like here at Mansour Stadium. Lobos with 3 wide receivers. Aguilar takes the handoff, keeps it from Ramirez, takes the handoff. No, that's not Ramirez. That's number 11, and that's going to be a touchdown. Wow, Chris Flores on the keeper. Let's take a look at that when we get a chance. Flores in there. So Dave mentioned it that you were probably going to see different looks here for the Lobos. And Flores lining up there at quarterback, 35-yard John around the right side, untouched. Almost unchallenged there.
Yeah, again, Los has so many weapons that they can utilize. Get that touchdown there.
Actually, we got to get the other touchdown.
Oh, did we not get that on either?
Yeah, so it says 17. So Lobos now leading 30-0 here. And we'll give it some time here. There we go. Perfect. And then there we go. And no good, so the run of extra points is gone.
It is very, we should take this as a positive. It's hard to go this many games without getting all the extra points,
Yeah.
but we find a way, so.
I forgot I was on camera there.
But yeah, certainly a great job there. Chris Flores taking over at quarterback at that point. And again, Los Amigos has so many weapons that they can interchange and go throughout. That even when the injury bug hits them, it's like they've hit the ground running with it. Again, Rancho is going through this now as well too, but at this point, Los appears to just have a few too many weapons.
Quite the difference, the stark contrast from last year where the few injuries kind of threw them off balance. And this year, just finding guys to just fill in these voids. And if you're Coach Mallow, you got to be excited about, just the future and the way this season specifically is looking. Ball received at about the 11-yard line.
Another great tackle. That ball
Fumble.
came out, but they're going to call it
He's
dead.
down. A return by number 1, Joe Vasquez.
And good job. Looks like number 18, Alexis Marcelo there on the tackle. Again, good job tackling. We had kind of talked about that before we had our guests come on, that we were looking here at this half, expecting still a close game at this point, but I had mentioned, if Los Amigos is able to run the ball and Rancho can't stop them, this might get a little out of hand, and that's what we're seeing right now. Is Los is just able to run that ball at will. And it's kind of a three-headed monster between Cruz and Galindo and Ramirez, and now we're seeing Flores added into that mix too. But certainly a dominant performance tonight from Los Amigos in the run game.
The last 2 years, we saw these two teams very closely matched. They were one-score games the last few years. I did think Los Amigos had the edge this year. My prediction was they were going to win, but certainly not in this fashion. Certainly not so far a shutout, and not by 30 points. I thought it would be a lot closer than this, but injuries really taking a toll on the Vaqueros here in this game. As Gentile rolls out to his left, that ball's complete to Zodiacal. There's going to be a first down, so the Vaqueros getting some positive yardage there, and let's see. Nope, no flags on the play, or.
No, looks like just. Although, yeah, we have something coming over. Just a spot, I guess.
Okay, referee's kind of a little whistle happy on that one. Bolsa now taking this ball. I'm looking at the screen over here. They got the ball now in the red zone. It's 5 minutes and 11 seconds left over there at Bolsa Stadium in the third quarter.
Yeah, good pop there.
Oh,
from
wow.
Flores now just coming off of a touchdown as a quarterback on offense, now coming out as the safety, making a big pop on that play.
And Felipe has to come out of the game because his helmet popped off. So you'll see Jacob Vasquez now in at running back. And see, Felipe does a good job of filling in too. We talked about the ages of these players, and he's only a sophomore, so only going to get better. Gento dropping back to pass. He lets that one go left side, right side, left side. Incomplete pass. That one intended for Joe Vasquez. Brings up third down at about 4 yards for the Vaqueros. And actually, it's going to be first down. They got Los Amigos to jump. Los Amigos with more penalty yards here tonight than the Vaqueros. And that's one thing if you're the Lobos. You want to make sure that you control those as we get closer to the playoffs, and especially in the playoffs, especially if you're in a tougher bracket. All of those extra yards are, going to hurt you. Four wide receivers here for the Vaqueros. Gentile drops back to pass again. Left side complete. Looks like Joe Vasquez on the reception there. Rancho looks like they're playing with a little bit more urgency here, of course, being down 30-0, but still staying with it. Handoff to Vasquez. Gets maybe a gain of 2 or 3 on the play. Brings up 3rd down here. Again, we want to thank everyone who's tuned in here so far tonight. Remember, you can watch this forever as it's going to be posted on YouTube after. Follow GGUSD Athletics for replays and highlights from this game. You get looks at other sports too. Girls volleyball. You got some girls golf, some cross country action this week.
Yeah, we will start to see some league champions be crowned. So again, we had a post today about Rancho Alamitos girls volleyball getting that, and we will have a rush of league champions here in the next week.
So I got some girls flag football teams who are going to be crowned league champions as well.
Ooh,
Vasquez
down,
with a second effort, still on his feet. He looks like he might be getting away. Nope, getting brought down. Oh, there's a flag, maybe horse collar?
That might be. I don't think that's a horse collar, but
Oh, no?
I think you might be right. That's what they called. I don't think that was by the rule book, but
the optics on it look very horse collar-ish. And ball's going to be down at about the 11-yard line, 16-yard line. Let's see if they wave it off.
As they sort that out, again, talking about league champions in flag football. Yeah, Rancho Alamitos has a chance on Monday to be a league champion in girls flag football. Santiago as well. So those will be 2 teams that will be looking for inaugural league champions as they go. This is going to be a face mask against Rancho.
Oh, wow.
So this is going to back them up. It'll still be first down, but it is going to back them up here.
So the ball was going to be at the 16-yard line, backed all the way up now to the 28. Gentile drops back the pass, lets that one go. He's got a man. Oh, just overthrown.
outside.
Johnny Zodiaco, the intended receiver on the play, just a tad bit too slow for that one. You know, Dave, if you're Rancho, this is very unfamiliar territory for you. You're down big. You know, looking at now a 3-game losing streak. You've been on that in that coaching position before. After this game on Monday, what's that message that you send to your team?
Well, at this point, Rancho's going to be fighting for their playoff life. And to be honest, this is a good enough team. They can win the next 3 games. So, yeah, they're going to be – if they win the next 3 games, they will make playoffs. So that is going to be the message that Coach Enright has to his team. They do get a little relief next week. They are playing Santa Ana Valley, as we've mentioned here. Santa Ana Valley, again, while obviously could beat Rancho Alamitos, odds of that are very low because Rancho is just a better team than Santa Ana Valley. Santa Ana Valley, there is a clear gap between the other 5 teams in the Sigma League and them. So Rancho does have a chance to kind of get a victory next week, fine-tune some stuff that they've had some issues with, get healthy, and then come back for some good games against who would they have left? They would have Calvary Chapel and
Costa Mesa.
Costa Mesa, yeah. And again, both of those games.
Is it Costa Mesa? No, it's not Costa Mesa.
Mesa's
You know
Tango.
what? Let me grab the. There we go. Let me grab it. I'm getting them mixed up. So Rancho would still have Ocean View.
They would have
Ocean View. That's a tough game.
Well, it's a tough one because again, we're seeing here Los Amigos is able to run at will right now tonight, and that is obviously Ocean View's forte as well. As they're just going to have power football that they come out with. But
Gage Pritchard actually getting a shout out, one of Michael Huntley's players to watch this week. Gage Pritchard of Ocean View, who we saw against Bolsa, who did a very fantastic job running the ball against the Matadors. The Matadors now up 48-0.
7, right?
48-14.
Okay.
Yeah, 48-14 over Loera. So they've got a running clock over there. That game looks like it's actually probably going to end before this one, as they are now at 8 minutes and 20 seconds left to go, and it looks like the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and remember that's going to be should have been a running clock at that point. So you're probably right. That game's going to be done quick.
Gentile dropping back to pass, looks to his left, lets that one go. That's going to be complete to number 1, Joe Vasquez.
And again, you're seeing number 1 for Los Amigos make that tackle. So Aiden Ramirez, again, these athletes going both offense and defense and playing big roles on both.
Just want to give a shout out to all of our viewers, especially on the Los Amigos and these Rancho viewers who have always been some of the top supporters of our streams. Almost 1,000 views here. 1,000 live views is
yeah, again, if you're
big for us.
If you're checking in from Instagram or X, keep that going. Spread it out to people as we end here.
Ooh. Oh, almost a beautiful catch there by number 36. Whose number we don't have, or name we don't have. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Vaqueros. Actually, that was 4th down, so it's first down, Los Amigos.
Turnover, yeah. All right, and that I'm actually going to take that as my cue. I think again this game is well in hand at this point, so I will take my cue and go down there. We're going to get a victory picture for Los Amigos. Again, they are going to end up going to 7-0. So 7-0.
Best start since 1983.
Again, one of the few remaining undefeated teams left in Orange County, and doing a great job. But certainly look for that later. Again, make sure you're following us as you see back here. Again, GGUSD Athletics. Give us a follow. Make sure you spread the word. That way you can keep up to date with all things GGUSD Athletics. Look for some league championship posts in the next week. And we'll see which game we're going to cover next week. We have open, so we're going to kind of decide based on the matchups what we have.
Yeah, we're going to have to work our brains on Monday to figure out what's going to be an exciting game here.
Yeah. All right, we'll check you guys all later. Thanks for tuning in.
So here we go. Now let's see. We're going to try and do it all here, and hopefully Los Amigos just runs the ball as that ball is on the ground. Looks like they did pick it up, though. So Los Amigos 30, Rancho nothing. 7 minutes and 36 seconds left to go here in the 4th quarter. Not what I expected. I expected a Los Amigos victory, but not in this fashion. Not at all. I thought this was going to be a closer game. I thought it would be a more competitive game. Again, it's hard when your team is just kind of inundated with injuries, and to try and get your team kind of to stay mentally sharp as they see their teammates going down. But it's just part of the game, and we hope for quick recoveries here by all of these Vaqueros who have gone down, and the Lobos who have gone down and who went down last week as well. But for the Lobos, it's turning into a very magical season, a historic season, a season that they have not seen, in Fountain Valley since 1983, before my time. So just exciting things going on, and at Rancho they'll bounce back. They'll get back next week and take care of business. And Coach Enright has a track record of turning things around when they're a little bit low. And yeah, maybe they haven't had this kind of adversity, but he's going to have his team out there. And like Dave said, they control their destiny. If they win out, they do make the playoffs. And they're a great team. They're a good team. They're well coached. They've got some young athletes. And even if you look to the future, next year they're going to be probably one of the league favorites, as Los Amigos will be graduating some key players. So, next year for Rancho, you can, still take care of business. As they will be in the same league next year. They do re-leaguing every 2 years now. Again, clock stops, 7 minutes and 33 seconds left to go here in the 4th quarter. Injury on the field. And that game over at Bolsa is now over. Scoreboard's already off. So, it started after this game and ended earlier. Again, we want to thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate every single viewer that we get. We know you've got a lot of things that you could be doing right now. Thankfully, no Dodger game tonight. I'm pretty sure a lot of you may have chose to watch that, but hopefully they can get the series ended tomorrow, and hopefully they move on and not just end the series on a sour note. I know if they would have lost last night, this would have been a hard ball game to sit and call. Los Amigos will be facing Estancia next week. Of course, Estancia defeated Rancho last week 14-7. No doubt Cal Preps will be giving a slight edge to Los Amigos in that game. They had Los Amigos winning this game at 34-12, so they've exceeded that point differential. That Rancho player, number 77, Abraham Ramos, being helped off the field by his teammates. Hopefully nothing too serious. We'll be resuming play in just a bit here. It will be a second down for the Lobos from their own 18-yard line. So we go Los Amigos football now. Most likely just going to start running the ball to chew some clock. And they do just that. And at running back looks like number 18. Let me grab my roster real quick as I shuffled my papers and lost it here. That was Alexis Marcelo on the run. Lobo crowd still here, still making noise. Homecoming victory here for the Lobo faithful. Homecoming on a Thursday, it's not ideal. New quarterback in also for the Lobos. It's number 13, whose number I don't have, but at least we're getting some of the other guys some playing time here in a game that's already decided. It's going to bring up fourth down for the Lobos here. As I'm trying to keep up on graphics now that Dave Mamelli is down on the field getting ready to take his picture. I'm doing graphics, commentary, camera work. I'm just a Swiss Army knife right now in this booth. Clock now under 6 minutes left to go here. Lobos, 3 wide receivers. Highly doubt we'll see any passing on this drive. We have a timeout, Los Amigos. So that stops the clock at 5 minutes and 37 seconds left to go. Most likely just so they can switch out personnel and get the punt team in there. Tried to draw Rancho offsides. Rancho jumped but did not enter the neutral zone. So good job there by the Vaqueros. Of course, Los Amigos here calling for the punt team. No one back deep to return for the Vaqueros. Oh, block, punt. Vaquero's going to get in good field position here. I love the aggressiveness. Good job by the Vaqueros to block that punt. They're going to get this ball in Los Amigos territory right away. Ball at, let's see, are they going to spot it at the 30-yard line? Actually, they're going to spot it around the 26 or 27-yard line.
First and 10, Rancho.
So let's see if Rancho can break up this shutout here. Blitz by the Lobos, handoff to Felipe, goes nowhere. Brings up second down here for the Vaqueros. Pass complete to number 1. I believe that's Jacob Aguilar on the reception. It's going to bring up third down here. Four minutes and 48 seconds in counting left here in the game. Felipe drops back to pass, rolls out to his right, looking for a man, still looking. Decides to turn it up, and he gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of about 3 yards on the play. That's going to bring up fourth down. Rancho looking to get any kind of points on the board here. Can go for it on fourth down. Gentile rolls out to his left side, lets that one go. It's going to be incomplete. Lobo football. 3 minutes and 51 seconds left to go here in the game.
First and 10, Los Amigos.
So first and 10 here for the Lobos, 30-0 lead. This game well in hand here. All it's going to take here is just a few run plays to get this clock going, and then this game will be over. Looking for just some simple handoffs here. That's just what they'll do. Brings up second and down and 12 after that loss of 2 yards on the play for the Lobos. Don't mind the noise. I'm just trying to pack up a little bit here. Trying to save myself some time. Handoff again, right side. Calling it a gain of 7 yards on the play. Clock running. That's the best part about that. Almost hit 1,000 here. We got a little over 2 minutes to go. Let's see if we can get 1,000 views. If anyone can do it, I know it's the Lobos and Vaqueros. Handoff again, right side. It's going to be first down, Lobos. Got 1 minute and 52 seconds left to go here in the game. Handoff one more time around the left side. Big play and a first down once again for the Lobos. Great game today here by Los Amigos. That rushing attack is going to be something to deal with as the weeks go on. And it's all across the board. These are backups in now. These aren't even your starters in. Still gaining some good yardage on these runs. Now 1 minute and 24 seconds left to go here. Keeper there by the quarterback, loss of about 3 yards on the play. Lobo band making some noise now. .52 seconds left. Looks like they're just going to let this clock run here. Again, Lobos will be facing Estancia next week. Rancho looking to bounce back in this 3-game losing streak against Santa Ana Valley. And that should be the last play of the game. I thank every single one of you for tuning in once again. Remember, follow us. Go to GGUSD Athletics on Instagram, on X, on Facebook. Dave Mamali does a great job taking photos. If you see photos, they're all free of charge. Save them, high quality, high definition, full resolution photos for free. We don't charge you $400 for them. They're yours. Once again, we do this for everyone out there. We do this for our community. We do this for our schools, for our athletes, for our scholars. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate all of you. Until next time.